that has long faded from memory, and into the realm of legend and myth, the blood mist came. Every evening, as the sun faded from the sky, a blood-red mist rose from the ground. Anyone who entered the mist were never seen again, or at least not alive. Strangely, your ancestors found that they were safe from the blood mist and whatever horrors hid there within if they were at home. Yet a stranger might be killed if caught in even the smallest trace of the mist. And so it has been for almost 300 years. Your settlement, an isolated island. The lands within half a day's travel is all that you have known. This has been the extent of your world since the day of your birth. In all this time, there has rarely been any sign or contact with any of the other kin. Then, just over a year ago, the blood mist was suddenly gone. Now people look over their shoulders anxiously. The bravest sharpest their blades and prepare to leave, unable to bear the oppressive weight of their homes and hearths any longer. Perhaps they hope to find that which was lost and take back what was theirs. Perhaps they are simply driven by an insatiable lust to see what lies beyond the horizon, to discover if myths are true, to conquer that which remains or has been stolen, and to make their mark upon the forbidden lands. The blood mist may be gone, but the land may have become even more dangerous because of it. So, of course, there's a bit more to add. I don't know if does anybody else want to add what we add on to that, what we did last time, where we left it?
Sure, I can.
Oh, cool.
So we gathered various supplies and prepared to leave. The previous player of your character, Jake, I don't know how much we're carrying over from that, but you are currently wielding a short bow, I believe.
Yes.
That has your name whittled into it. It was not your short bow. You liberated it from the forester in town.
If something gets lost, and I find it and claim ownership, I want the next person who finds it to know that it belongs to me. So I make sure to put name tags on everything that I acquire. I mean, own.
So, with that in mind, sorry, Brian. With that in mind, this should probably point something out about the settlement, just in case you do happen to go back. So, the settlement was, according to the elders, was originally a town, supposedly, and it's surrounded by ruins. And the settlement over that 300 years has slowly shrunk as people have died, and for various reasons the settlement shrunk. And because of the situation, because you're not able to travel very far, that certain resources are incredibly valuable. Like, so for instance, metal. There's no new source of metal, so metal tools will have to be constantly repaired, recycled, and things like that. So things like that hunting bow that you stole, that was kind of quite a precious item as well.
But what were the circumstances under me taking it, and who might
you
know?
Wanted it. It's essentially.
Yeah, you wanted it. I don't know that any of us actually know.
I don't think anybody knows where you got it from.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Fair enough.
Sorry, Brian. I interrupted you.
No. Beyond that, I busted my ankle while I was out foraging for materials.
You just have a habit of doing that in every game you join,
right? It's not my fault. I didn't make the roll. Well, the roll for the injury anyway. But busted my ankle, and so we stayed in town for a couple more days. We did manage to do a little bit of gathering for the town, hopefully build some goodwill. Siren and Oscar, I think, developed some pretty goodwill with the smith and the forester.
How did they develop goodwill with the forester? Did they find another bow for him?
No, we did
I don't know that she knows that the bow is gone, but go ahead.
I was saying, no, we did some. We just did some jobs around town. So we collected some wood and went and got some meat.
Yeah, I think you managed to down a
We're down to deer.
Buck. Yeah, a deer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big deer.
And I found out from Seneca, who's the leader of the town, that he would be able to help us. We didn't set any hard, fast amounts, but he said he would be willing to assist us if we could do a job for him. And so one of the things we're potentially looking for is the source of some bandits that are west of town. And we have the mule and a cart on loan
I forgot about
from town to bring back supplies that we will be able to take from the bandits.
Okay.
And bring back the bodies to show that we've killed them.
Yeah, I haven't told anybody that yet. Oh no, yeah, that's right. We did say that, to bring back the bodies
I think there
prove
is
that
some
we
bits
killed
and
them.
pieces that you know that nobody else knows, but yeah, I think that was discussed. That you're actually wanting to return with the bodies.
With the bodies, yes.
I don't know if yeah. Beyond that, I don't think there's. Yeah, I think the rest. Any more details beyond that is your own, isn't it?
Right.
Proof of bounty, and then they'll get cremated like all bodies get cremated in our
Correct. And unfortunately, too, because Seneca is getting on in years and sometimes confused, he needs to see the entire bodies, not just. We can't just take heads, for example, as proof of bounty. So the more complete bodies we return, the better.
So that's why we need the cart.
Correct.
Okay.
And I believe this is the 5th. We started on the 1st of Spring Rise, and today is the morning of the 5th.
Right?
5th.
Oh, it's the 5th. Okay.
Yes, 5th.
So would it be fair to say that other than engraving my name in this bow, that I would have carved other embellishments in it to make it stand out and unique?
Yeah, by all means. Yeah. But regards the bow and that you stole from the forest, by the time you'd left the village, left the settlement, the forester still was apparently unaware that it had been stolen. Mainly because they'd not been out on a hunting trip.
Right.
Yeah. So of course you've been travelling for a day or 2 days. I can't remember. I think it must be. I think it's just a day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Because this is the first time. Because this was the first time you've actually camped out away from the settlement. Well, apart from Brian's character who did that involuntarily. I think.
Oh, not me. That was
the other two. They got lost in the forest.
Oh yeah, they got lost. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
A successful hunting trip after mice. And then they got a deer, didn't they? Later on, because they got lost and they stayed out and they got a deer.
Yeah, we had a little camp out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how they felt that night alone, but I will say that Siren has been quite unnerved doing watch this evening. Not having a roof to sleep under. Considering all of his life, he's had to be home in the evening or else face the blood mist.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's going to be quite strange for everybody. And of course, there's the other strange thing. Before you made camp, you were in the distance to the southwest of you. You spotted a ruin of a tower, the first structure that you've seen outside the settlement. So this is another sort of unique wow moment, I guess.
So,
I believe you kept to watch on it, but there was no sign of because you were keeping an eye out to see if there was any sign of campfires or lights coming from it, didn't you? But I mean, it's quite a distance away. It's probably 10 miles or more away still.
I'm thinking that you were like.
Oh, I thought you'd camped up. I thought John said you'd camped up against it.
No, it's in our hex, but we didn't get close to it yet.
Ah, okay.
I thought I'd got my telescope. I thought it was in visual. That's why I will watch for campfires.
It's actually
Just
in the next.
in
It's
visual.
actually in the next hex. So it's just.
I mean,
I thought it was in ours. Gotcha.
Could have campfires on opposite side of it, so you wouldn't see them anyway, would it? So.
Or
Opposite side of the tower.
Possibly, or the glow, but the glow might have shown. Yeah, but yeah, there was no. So there were no. You didn't see any signs of anything like that.
We burn it down. There'll be signs of fire.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to camp out there to watch for stuff, no?
Well, I think we were definitely going to check it out in the morning.
Yeah.
Unless anyone takes issue with that, because it's even though we haven't seen signs overnight of habitation, it still could be the place where the bandits are hiding out.
Well, I think vantage point wise.
Correct. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because it obviously to be able to see it from that far away, it must be sitting on quite a prominent hill as well.
Right. So I'm sleepy since we did not do our watches correctly that first night. We will have to fix that tonight. But anybody want to do anything in camp before we break camp and move?
Who's missing from the? So yeah, what's your plans for the day?
So is this in the hex north of us or northwest or northeast?
What the ruin? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to the southwest.
Oh, southwest. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we should go check it out.
Yeah, I think we should head for the tower. It's obviously the most prominent feature that if we've never seen something, we're going to have the most intrigue about it rather than a bunch of. So yeah, let's head for the tower.
Okay, so you need to assign yourselves to your different activities for the travel phase. So if you open up the party sheet, you should be able to set yourselves in the. So everybody goes to hike, of course, and then you need to sign, or in theory, needs to sign somebody to keep watch and somebody to lead the way.
As the planning sheet.
It's still me.
Do we find the planning sheet?
It's on the characters, the actors directory.
Yeah, party sheet.
I might
travel.
party. At foraging, maybe.
So if you want to forage or hunt or fish, you have to stay. You have to stay in one location. You can't move. You can't travel.
So then no. So then I guess I'm just in hike mode.
We can't update it, Phil. You can't.
Yeah, I don't have permissions right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay, one second. Oh yeah, there we go.
You
should be able to do it now.
I'll lead. I don't mind. I've got. Oh, go on then. Oh, Kieran's. I'll go and hike then.
So these assignments apply to the to a quarter day. There's two at.
Right, we can always swap it up.
Yeah. So each quarter day you can change. You can reassign roles, and in springtime, at this time of year, there's only 2 quarter days of daylight. Evening and nighttime are dark. You can continue. So normally you'd only travel for 2 quarter days. You can sort of do a forced march beyond that, but then it goes into damaging your endurance and things like that.
Okay. So I'll roll survival then for travel.
Yep. So if you want to know more details on what anything is on the party sheet, if you can click on the little book icon above each thing, and it'll open up the relevant part of the player's guide to tell you what that thing actually is. And I need to have. Okay, so
we can see it. So I figure one's probably enough, right?
Yeah. You only need one. Yeah, for a success. So you can move. Move into one hex to the southwestern. Okay.
Oh, look at that! There's a tower.
Oh, nice.
So, and somebody needs to do the. Was somebody doing on watch?
Me, because I've got my telescope.
So if you want to do the scouting roll.
My card sheet opens. Scouting. I think it's got my telescope added in, hasn't it?
It should do, yeah. I mean, it'll. I think the gear dice is a black dice, so you should be able to tell.
It's running a lot smoother today, Phil. So good.
Is it? Oh, excellent.
Call out fun. Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah.
Come on. You can do it. Oh, it's dead. It's dead.
What's up, John?
Just not working. It's locked up. Pressed on scouting. Oh, it's finally loaded up.
He's broke it.
So yeah, spyglass is there, so it's got value 2, so I presume it's added it in. Do I add the modifier, manually add the modifier?
No, you shouldn't have to. I mean, if there's a checkbox for the spyglass, hit that. But other than that, I think you just hit roll.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a tick box for active.
Yeah. Do that.
So roll.
Ooh.
Oh, it's not. No, it's not added a gear dice.
No, it didn't. Interesting.
I thought that's what my the two red dice were.
No, the red dice are your. Black is a gear dice.
I don't have anything in scouting.
Yeah, so red dice are your attribute dice, I believe. White dice are your abilities, and black dice are the gear dice.
So if I do modifiers +2, will that? How's that work then? Because how's it differentiate if I put modifier +2?
Let's have a look.
Does that give me black dice?
Dice is equipped. And scouting, active spy. Yeah. So let me try it. So I'll do the rolls if it works. So I've clicked on scouting, opened up the window, and then there's a checkbox to tick for spyglass with a value of 2, which has added a 2 modifier.
So I think it did work because if you actually press the roll that he did, it shows that there were 4 rolls, 4, 2, 3, and 5, and then the skill dice was 4 and 5 red.
Yeah, it must have done. Yeah.
I saw a red die. I saw the red dice.
Strange, it hasn't had the black gear dice in there. Or maybe it doesn't have a gear dice. Maybe it's just a bonus.
Could be, it could just be a bonus rather than gear.
Rather than a gear dice.
I didn't get any successes, did I?
So no, you didn't get any. I'll get rid of my reel. So no, you didn't get any successes, but no bane. So you could push it. There's no damage. You're currently not going to take any damage to your wits.
Push it. Get that willpower.
My connection must be really bad. You're starting to sound like a Dalek.
Oh.
Yeah, you sound good on my end.
Yeah, you sound good to me as well.
Will I push?
Right.
Push it, John. Push it.
Push it real good.
Do I just roll again? Yeah.
You just press the push button.
On where I've just rolled. Yeah. When computer lets me. Push. So press push.
There you go. You might want to.
You
might want to check, see if it's reset some of your settings.
Exterminate! You sound like a Dalek.
Wow, I didn't know it was statistically possible to roll like so poorly on 2 rolls. So
okay, so
I just broke my telescope.
So so that's automatically apply that damage to the wits. So you fail the scouting roll. So yeah, you head
Using it wrong way around, I'm telling you.
got the lens cap on.
You
Got the lens cap on.
God, it's gone dark.
You're looking through Big End. Turn it round, Oscar.
They're all big ends to me. I'm only small.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
So it's a real clear day anyway. There's it's like nice blue skies, hardly a cloud in the sky. There's a little bit of a breeze blowing across the plains, and you make your way southwest, and you come as you around one of the hills. You come in sight, clear sight of this tower, or what's left of this tower. So it looks ancient. There must be the walls have tumbled down. It's partially overgrown. The walls, what's left of the walls, can't be more than 10 feet. And it sits on top of quite a large rounded hill. But there's two well-worn paths that sort of run round the base of the hill and approach the tower. One from the south side, one from on the north side. But there's no sign. There's no sign of anybody around here at all. And I think we have I can bring it up actually. If I can get the right screen on for a change. I need to move this out of the way, it's blocking my thing. There we go.
Okay. Shall we head up, or should we approach stealthily? What do you all think?
I think we should. I don't know. I think we should just sort of walk up to the tower.
We haven't seen any signs of life,
No.
but I can go quietly. But again, we haven't seen any signs. So
You're probably skilled at that, I would imagine. So I would
yes.
encourage at least one of us to.
Yeah, you've just stolen the bow and arrow.
I can skillfully try to be quiet and go through.
I will walk boldly, but behind my half brother, who's more martially inclined than I am.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you approaching this tower? Are you just approaching it directly from the east and going up the side of the hill, or are you approaching it by one of the paths?
I would say up one of the paths,
can we
right?
see any of the paths? Can we see the path? I'd say if we can see the path, we'd probably take the path. We're a bit wary, but we've not seen anything to say otherwise. Why we shouldn't.
Any of the paths is, any of the paths is accessible. You have to go around, either circle around to the north or to the south. There is, as you get closer as well, you can see there's a second path that runs down the west side of the hill as well.
Can we see that it's ruined? Can we see that it looks?
Yeah, it's really tumbled down. So it's like I say, it looks ancient. So it's tumbled down ruins of an age-old tower. Sits atop a rounded grassy hill that's freckled with yellow buttercups. So there's stone blocks, worn, rounded, and smooth by time, lie scattered within and without what remains of the walls. Most has been overtaken by grass and moss. 3 well-worn paths wind their way up the hill on 2 sides of the tower, passing into the interior through what you assume must have been doorways. The walls of the ruin are now no more than 10 or 15 feet at the highest, but as low as just a few feet in places. To on the west side, there's what seems to be the foundations or floor of what might have been an adjoining structure that's it's long since collapsed a long time ago.
There's no smoke from campfires or anything like that.
Nothing.
No.
We're coming in from the northeast, so I imagine we're going to hit that northern pathway first. So I would just head towards that.
I'll follow right behind you all.
I'll lead. I'll go up front. I don't mind.
So I suppose we can drag tokens up to him. Why not?
All right.
Did we call it donkey? I forgot.
Chain.
Lunch.
So giving a little peek inside, I wouldn't see anybody. There's just
Okay. Are you trying to like sneak up there?
well, I mean, the people are right behind me. I'll try to be as quiet as I can. I don't think it'll do much to negate the noise like that's
No, this is true.
on my heel.
So yeah,
I was stealthing with donkey doing its donkey noises.
yeah. So yeah, good point. What are you doing? What are you doing with the with the mule and the cart? What are you doing with the mule and the cart?
I think.
Well, I'll go as far as I can, as near to the tower as possible. I don't want to leave it out on its own, so a wolf gets it or something.
Okay, it'll be a. I mean, you could maybe get it up the hill, but it would be a bit of a struggle.
No, we'll leave. We'll leave it
as close as I can before it starts getting difficult.
Okay.
We'll leave someone outside so we can always sort of stay in line of sight.
So, like I say, you can probably get it just up maybe the first quarter of the hill. I mean, you could try and push it a bit further if you wanted.
Get the cart as far as it'll go, and then if you can't get any further, I'll not leave the donkey with the cart. We will take the donkey with us.
Okay, fair enough.
But nobody's going to take both donkey and cart. They can have a cart, but they can try and shift it.
I don't think there's anything actually on the cart anyway at the moment.
No, so
not right now. No,
I'll leave donkey behind.
Are you gonna focus on the donkey, John?
Yeah.
Okay. So Theron and I heading up with Lonaim.
Yeah.
Kind of peeking in.
I'll be back in 5.
Okay. Right. So how do you pronounce that, Jake? Sorry.
You can just call me Lo or Lo Naim.
Okay, I'll go with Lo. Okay,
Lo
so
fine.
Lo, you creep up as best you can with all these trailing behind you, making loads of noise, to what must have been what remains of one of the entrances, and peer around the wall, and you can quite easily see the signs of recent habitation inside in the interior. So you can see a stone-ringed campfire and a couple of makeshift lean-tos against the walls.
Okay.
There's no smoke or sign of any fresh embers in the campfire, but you can't see much else from there without actually maybe poking your head, getting a bit close and poking your head around the corner.
Which I will do, but from my vantage point, how many lean-tos do I see?
Literally 2.
Okay, all right.
And they're kind of up against the put up against the more intact portions of the wall, which tend to be the southeast and east part.
All right, I'll just turn my head and say there are signs. I don't see anybody here yet, and do you want me to quietly try to sneak in and just make sure there's nobody there now?
If you think it's empty, I'll walk in and you can kind of sneak in behind me if you like.
Sure. All right. From what I could see, it looks empty, but there are signs of habitation.
Okay. So yeah, I just kind of walk just inside the entrance and leave enough room for Lonaim to slip. Oh, hang on. I collide with at least one wall. Is it counting this whole thing as a wall? Oh, okay, I got through.
There you go, I left the walls in there. I would experiment. Get it. As you head through, almost immediately you spot a figure slouched against the wall. Can't tell whether they're asleep or what. There's
or just incredibly lazy.
Yeah. You can't tell if they're asleep or dead or they're just not moving at all. But they're looking quite bad. Where they look really gaunt really sallow complexion.
I poke him with my staff.
Okay, the body just like slips and slumps to one side.
Is there any immediate signs other than starvation that this thing looks like?
Well, it does look like he's died of starvation and dehydration. But despite the fact that there's a full water skin at the side of him and some rations as well.
You should check him for signs of the fever or the sickness. I say, not knowing if it's a thing or not.
Oh yeah, this isn't blood mist, but I'm wondering if there's some kind of necromancy going on or something else. I wonder what I would use to inspect.
A healing?
Lore, perhaps? Insight?
Insight or lore, I suppose. I suppose it depends what...
I think insight, not knowing anything. Lore would be like if there's definite signs. Insight would be like for a spark of, it might be this. Yeah, all right. No skill, but I do have pretty hefty wits. So let's roll that and see what happens.
Okay.
I won.
Yep, that's enough. So yeah, he's definitely it definitely appears to have just died of dehydration and starvation, which just
it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Right.
Is he human?
He is human. Yeah.
That's a good question. Okay, human. While I'm checking him over, does he have anything useful on it?
It does. So he's wearing kind of like sort of patched up, tattered clothes. They've been, repaired numerous times. And he's kind of when he's flopped over to one side, it's revealed a short sword that was laying on top of or sat on top of. So So there's a short sword underneath, sort of poking out from underneath him.
Definitely a bandit.
Maybe. I still think it's tough to say. So, the short sword is not going to be of any use to me. I indicate to Lonaim or anybody else if they want to grab it. I'm not particularly skilled with such implements, but
I'll grab it for now. I've got to be better than this little knife I have, but I'm a small character. I don't think I can wield anything bigger.
But yeah, anything in the other lean-tos? It looks like there were at least 2 people here. One seems to be gone.
So there's nothing. There's no other equipment or bedrolls or anything in the lean-tos at the minute.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna slowly kind of do ring around the interior to see if there's any indication of a trapdoor or entrance to either anything that still might be remaining of the structure over here or any kind of subterranean features. A tower like this wouldn't just be on this hill for what appears to be a very long time without expansion happening. So I would imagine there's probably expansion underneath, but who's to say?
So what about everybody else? What's everybody else wanting to do?
Presume they'll say it's all clear, and then I'll come up. Donkey. I can't get.
I won't say all clear. I'll say it appears clear.
Okay, so as you bring the mule up, it starts to get agitated, and
I don't like it.
And it refuses to go. It refuses to go inside.
Oh, I can sense danger.
You see, there must be a reason for it. Maybe it could sense that there's something here.
Oh my god, it's a magic donkey. It can sense evil. How cool is that?
Right, slit its throat. We're eating donkey.
No,
Wow.
it's got the ability to sense evil.
Just winding you up.
Is there anywhere to tie him up near the entrance where we are?
Yeah. There's plenty
Probably
plenty
tie
of
him around a
places.
stone or some, something.
Oh yeah, I'll tie him up near the entrance and then I'll go in.
That's at the campfire. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Go on.
I still think somebody needs to check the area for disease or something, because...
So if I'm seeing the animal do that, and because of my understanding of my certain field of study, there's got to be another way. I don't. That's weird. Like, I don't have any talents to detect anything.
No, so I was just looking at that. So there's no. So with regards things like that, it basically how it works when you're looking for hidden things. If you're looking
I know
at
the general magic spells, right?
Yeah.
I do. I know general magic rank 1 spells.
Yeah.
So I didn't put those on my sheet. I need to do that, and I think I'm going to look into. There's a detection spell, I think, isn't there?
I think there's something like that. But yeah, when it comes for the scouting roll, you don't use a scouting roll for looking for hidden things. So basically, if you're looking in the right place, you'll find something.
Yeah.
If there's something to find, obviously.
Like I said, I was doing a circuit around the walls and kind of poking with the staff and looking for things. But I am interested in now.
So what about everybody else then?
Yeah, sense magic. I gotta add these to my sheet.
Was the body? Was he in a lean-to? Was he in one of the sleeping positions, or?
No, so he's not in one of the lean-tos. He's just
not
just
in
like
lean-to. That's odd.
just propped up against the wall. Or he
Say
wasn't.
prop, like somebody's propped him against the wall.
No, it just like kind of reclining
Maybe
against
he
the
fell
wall.
there.
Okay.
But the strange thing was, there was food and water right beside him.
Yeah,
But
that's what
looks
I
like
find very strange.
Anybody drunk the water yet?
No.
No.
But yeah, it doesn't look like he fell or anything. It just literally looks like he'd sat down and just rested.
I open the water skin and just pour some water out. Does it look like water?
It looks fine. It doesn't smell stagnant. It seems perfectly fine.
What about
on the picture? There's grass inside the tower. Is the grass inside same as what's outside? Is it nice and green and lush? Or?
I would say it's probably a little bit more trampled down because there's been people staying here. But yeah, other than that, it doesn't look noticeably different. No.
I don't know then. I'll keep the water skin, but I will not drink the water.
Okay. So there's a unit of food there if anybody wants it.
Well, if we get desperate, if you're going to die, you might as well eat poisoned food.
No, well, we don't think it's poisoned. He didn't eat it. There's something else going on here. That's the clue. I mean, you can always, see if the donkey will eat it in worst case scenario, but I think we'd be wasting good food and water if we did that. It seems to me there's something else going on here. I mean, he may have passed from consumption. Could have been, foul magic. I think was one suggestion.
When I haven't brought the donkey in the tower, has it calmed down? Tied it up and left it outside. Did it calm down?
It calms down when you take lead it away from the tower again. Yeah,
definitely.
Are there like any sticks or things like that around that I might use as like a divining rod to cast sense magic?
Yeah, I would imagine so. It'd be things like that. There'd certainly be some sticks lying around that have either been used for firewood or just like spare firewood.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see why not.
So I'm gonna grab a stick and we're gonna cast magic for the first time. You can. I'm looking at how to do it. You guys can.
Yep. So is anybody
talk
else
about
want to
some
do
other
anything
stuff
else?
while I'm looking this up.
Is there any?
I mean,
obviously, it's an old collapsed tower. There's no way to get any further up the tower, is there? There's
No.
not like.
Yeah, I mean, other than climbing up what's left of the walls, but there's no upper.
Yeah, there's no like staircase, like old collapsed staircases or anything that looks like it. Or
No, anything like that is long gone.
We need to be thinking more basement and looking at those big oblong sections.
Yeah, I guess I'm still stood at the door. I'm going to have a walk around the outside of the castle.
Okay.
So, not the castle, the tower. So I'm going to have a walk around the outside and have a look sort of around these. Have a good look round the large stones that are sort of to the southwest of the tower, and see if there's anything around about them.
Okie dokie. Anybody else?
I mean, yes. That once we're inside, do we have a handle about how many people would have been living here at one point?
I suppose maybe let's have a look.
Yeah, from the rest of the lean-tos, let's say, that are here.
So maybe an insight or a survival check.
Okay.
Okay, so so it's only a guess, a rough estimate going on sort of evidence that's around you, but you guess at some point whether maybe 4 or 5 people have been here at some point. Now whether that includes the person, the dead guy or not, you don't know.
Right. I mean, it's obvious that this person was cared enough about that they left him food and water. It's quite possible that they themselves were fearful that he might be contagious, and that's why they left. I mean, they left lean-tos, they left stuff here that looks like maybe people left in a hurry. They haven't been back for a while. I really think that now that we're here and possibly exposed, that we actually find out what this person passed from. And as I say that, I'm like moving a little further away from the dead body.
Took it into food.
Sense magic isn't going to do what I think it does. It works a little bit differently. So I'm not going to be casting that.
The spells also require to detect obscured magic. The power level must be equal to or higher than the power level of the obscure magic spell.
Right. So basically, like, if somebody uses magic in my location, I can automatically sense it.
Yeah.
And if I'm holding a charged object, I can automatically sense it. So I wonder, I'm going to put my hands on the corpse to see if I sense magic on them, like, that had been used against them.
So there is maybe something really faint, but as you put your hand on the floor at the side of him, to steady yourself, maybe you feel something coming from the floor beneath where he's sat.
Yeah, this is a mystery, guys. I don't know. Have we found any openings or entrances?
Yeah, don't find anything sort of outside the building around the large.
There's nothing. There's nothing at all.
Okay, I'll come back in and I'll tell everyone else then.
Can I check his body for real magic? Has he got any gold or silver on him?
Let's see.
I already rolled him. Yeah. No, all he had that was worth anything was that short sword, which I'm also assuming it was not magical as I picked it up because I would have sensed it. Yeah. Okay.
Is the hole then? Is that underneath it?
Is that a hole? I thought that was a campfire.
That's a campfire. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So that was my next question. Has anybody looked at the campfire?
I'll have a look at the campfire then. I'll sort of I'll like palm through the just like look through the ashes.
Okay, there's a few animal bones, maybe rabbit bones and things like that, as well as like charcoal and just the remains of a campfire. But other than that, nothing really.
Would you say how long ago somebody was moving through here, or how long ago the fire was used?
You could. I guess that would definitely be a survival roll.
I ain't got. Somebody else want to do it?
Yeah, I can roll it.
I want to say, if not, I will.
Survival coming up.
Don't forget, if you can tie in use of a pride, you can use that. Although is that a failed roll?
I'm gonna come to that in a minute. But let's roll that survival.
I mean, you haven't told us this, Brian, but your character senses something underneath him. Sensed something underneath him, coming from underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not sure. But after we get the info on the campfire, I'll bring it up. My assumptions. So I got 2 on the campfire on the time.
Okay, so it's probably about 3 or 4 days.
Okay. So my guess here is that I tell them that I'm sensing some magic, a little bit on the corpse, but when I put my hand on the ground, I got a significant read. I feel like this hilltop might be, not to frighten anybody, but slightly cursed. I feel like it's probably a good thing we wandered in here during the day, because I imagine the situation might have been different had we walked up here last night. So I don't know if this is worth our time to check out right now. I would be interested if there was some kind of a barrow or something to go into, but we don't seem to see anything like that.
We could stay here overnight and see what happens. Nah.
I mean, we could do.
Shelter.
It is a good shelter.
I think that's not even necessary. I mean, if we can find out what the importance of this position is, then we might be able to find out why it was cursed. What was the motivation?
Can it be a good shelter if it's cursed?
Exactly.
Is it cursed? Is it cursed though?
It was for him.
Well, I say cursed. It was definitely apparently cursed for this person here. Now, does that just mean that the site was protecting itself somehow? Is there a lingering spirit that didn't like the person taking shelter here? I don't know.
Did you?
All I know is that there's magic here.
Theron, did you just go gone around one part of the tower, haven't you?
I've done sort of like counterclockwise from entrance to entrance.
To go all the way round the other side.
Yeah, I'll walk around. I'll wait around the other side then.
What about some of these?
Yeah, I'll have a look at like the. I'll walk
to rock. Maybe there might be an entrance.
I'll walk from sort of 6 to 12 clockwise, and I'll have again. Do I see anything round this side? So I feel anything.
Okay, so you
have a good look.
You do a full circuit of the tower, or complete by going around that side. You complete a full circuit of the tower. There's no. You spend quite a bit of time having a good look, but you don't see anything.
I'll do an interior circle when he's doing the exterior circle.
Okay.
What remains of the walls.
And what about Lo and Siran?
So I'm assuming we've done a good enough, intensive search of the area.
Yeah,
because
I would say so.
If they left lean-tos, then they left in a hurry, and there might be other indications of who this belongs to. So if it wasn't done yet, I'm going to search for scrawlings in the rocks, graffiti, anything that might give a sign of, the type of, if any type of indication of any scrawlings or graffiti were here, then it might give me an indication of who was here.
While they're doing that, since we came in from the north, I am going to move the map for myself, and I'm going to head down and out around here looking for any indications of a second party because of that second lean-to taking either of these trails recently.
Okay. So I guess that would be a scouting.
Survival.
Yes, survival roll, yeah. So.
Or no, I guess scouting. Yeah.
So, Lo, you have a look around. So you do by one of the lean-tos, you notice some like charcoal marks on one of the stones. Basically, it's like somebody's been marking off, march off like a 5-bar gate kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and
right.
slash through it for 5, and it's a count, maybe a counter about 20.
Okay, so we know how long they were here for. And we know that this land was cursed, not the people.
Well, again, it's enchanted. I don't know if it's a curse.
But enchanted to cause negative.
Maybe. I all I sense is magic.
So,
and all I can see is somebody who's dead of starvation next to food and water. So
there's signs of tracks outside on this path, but they're at least a week old.
Okay.
But probably several people, 3, 4 people.
So then let's count back. 6, 7 days. Was there any celestial event like a new moon or any other type of thing that might, give an indication that this is more of an issue of date and time and not place and people?
Well, it's possible. I'll come back inside.
So 6 days ago, there would have been the moon would have been in its first quarter.
Okay.
Well, and also, it could have been, this is a stretch, but it could have been that they were somehow using this shelter as their quote-unquote home in this area, as the blood mist only just recently lifted here for us. That 20 days could have been them using this location to protect themselves from the blood mist in the evenings.
Yeah,
but
it could have been cleared at that time out here.
Then, but it could still be coming down. We already know that the blood mist is largely risen, according to that traveler, but it did so at different times.
Yeah.
So for all we know, there might still be patches of it out there.
Okay.
Can somebody give me a hand moving the body outside to the donkey?
Yeah, I will.
Just want to see if the donkey reacts to the body.
To the body?
Or is it the tower it's reacting to?
I'll assist as well. So we
contaminate the donkey as well as
yeah, so it maybe it maybe is a little sort of backs off a little bit, but no, it doesn't seem particularly bothered by the body.
It's definitely the tower or the ground
yeah.
tower that it doesn't like.
So, which is actually good, because I think I want to travel with this donkey now if it can detect, hallowed ground and cursed ground.
If it can smell magic, it's good.
It's a magic donkey.
Yeah.
That is its name now. Magic.
Magic donkey.
Magic donkey.
Good old MD.
To the magic donkey. little.
Are we
Is,
gonna?
is the donkey magical when I put my hands on it to calm it?
No.
It heals you.
I let them continue to believe that the donkey is magic.
Magic. It's magic to me. We're going to take this body.
Or mule. It's not. It's a mule, not a donkey.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
On the off chance that this is one of the bandits in the area, because we don't know. He it was a he, right?
Yeah.
He was armed, so he could have been a bandit. I think Seneca would ask us to bring the body back.
That's a good point. Looking at the short sword, does it appear to have blood? Dried blood on it? Was it well cared for, or was it kind of just...
It doesn't have any blood on it. It's kind of battered and warm, but at the same time it's being looked after.
Okay.
It certainly won't hurt to have some repairs on it. But yeah, even though it's quite battered and nicked, it still looks like it's being looked after.
In terms of the lean-to materials, I'm assuming also they're just ratty fabric patched over and over
They're
and over
animal
again.
hides.
Yeah.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Well, we should grab those.
Might be worth something. Might be usable.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking for something to roll the body in, but certainly not hides, more cloth and stuff like that. But
so coming back after we drop off the body, are there any other supplies or anything? Because you said there were 2 lean-tos.
Yeah, so there's nothing actually under the lean-tos.
Okay.
Other than the sword that it was carrying, and the water skin, and the rations of preserved food.
So if we take the animal hides and let's say the wooden poles that are being used to hold the lean-tos up, I assume there's something like that.
Yep.
How many units of hide and wood would we have?
So you probably get about 4 pelts.
4 pelts?
Yeah. So
Has he got any...
the wood is it's pretty much just like branches, they're not,
okay, so not really usable for crafting.
No,
yeah,
they're
gotcha.
Probably, other than holding the pelts, they're probably only good for firewood.
Gotcha. But 4 pelts, that's nothing to shake a stick at. We should definitely throw those in the cart.
What's 100%. What was his clothing? You said it was tattered, didn't you?
Yeah, his clothing was kind of worn and tattered.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
kind
if
of
we
worn,
really
and it's patched. It's been repaired a lot of times.
And I honestly don't know that I want to strip him.
Yeah.
Give him some dignity.
Right,
a little bit. So yeah, I guess we'll take down the pelts. I guess we should probably
take the food and water. We got some extra water skin. Put it in there. You never know when you're traveling.
No,
yeah,
true.
May as well take that.
So if nobody's going to carry those, though, we should probably start a sheet for the cart.
Yeah.
Put them on the cart.
All right, or just you can also use the dropped section, I think, of your character sheet. Put in the things in the cart.
Oh, I was just thinking if you could add a page for us in the player journal.
Yeah, there's a note section on the party sheet as well.
Oh, on the party sheet? That'll work.
Section.
Oh, cool.
Yep, I'll take care of it.
All right.
Oh, yep, I see it. Okay.
Yep, nice.
And did anybody take the water and the food?
Yeah, I'll put it on the cart.
Okay. So water skin.
Well, I just put it in. I don't know if that's...
I was in process of typing and you overrode mine, but that's fine. So water skin, full food. Don't forget the body.
Oh, well.
I'll write it. I'll put it in there.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's...
Okay, there we go. Oh, we should probably indicate that that's in the cart.
Yeah, some body found on Hilltop. Okay. It still doesn't make sense to me, and I think this might be in my wheelhouse. So from outside or inside, do I see any easy way to climb, just to see if there's any flat space where a lookout might have used that vantage point to spy?
Yeah, so the walls, because of the state of the walls are really easy to climb.
Yeah.
Whether they're stable, I mean, they look stable, but it's an old town.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's really it's been no problem to climb. You wouldn't even need to make a check to climb up the walls.
So what I'm looking for is indication that somebody else may have climbed and actually stayed somewhere to watch out. Like, did they post guards here and stuff, that kind of thing?
Yeah. So yeah, maybe looking round on the east, or rather the west side of the tower, you find signs of maybe like dirt's been dislodged from the gaps in the bricks, and it looks, investigating further, it does look like somebody's been climbed on top of this section of the wall. If you can see my point.
Yeah.
So yeah, up on top of there, there's signs that somebody's been sat up there as well.
Okay, but he didn't leave anything behind or an indication. Okay.
No, maybe a couple. Maybe the remains of a bit of food, a couple of animal bone, or discarded bit of food or something like that.
Now I'm going to try to get a good lay of the land and take a look at the trails and where they head into, and see if I see other signs of habitation, just so that whoever's taking lead, I can at least help them a bit for the beginning part, have observed the land from above. Or if it's not that high and it's not relevant, you can just say.
Yeah. So from there you can see the trails that lead away from the tower peter out pretty quickly. Maybe after a few hundred yards in each direction. But to the south, beyond this sort of line of hills, this border, this bit of the plains, you can see another river that's looks to be flowing off to the east, and to the west of that is a huge lake that you can't even see the other side of.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think we at least know the source of water. That if this is a bandit, and I'm hesitant to call him a bandit until we know more. But we might follow down towards these paths, see if they head to the river and where they go from there, or indeed if they're heading towards the lake instead.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, we'll obviously have to walk the mule around the edge of the hillock rather than leading him through here. But yeah, I say we follow the path south.
Okay.
And
so you're leaving
mentally mark this place as probably not a good place to come after dark, would be my guess.
Like I say, you can. You have got access to the drawing tools and things in Foundry, so you can make your own notations and marks and whatever else you might want to make on the map, directly onto the map. So we'll move it. So you're leaving the tower, yeah?
Yeah, I can't see anything else to do here. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So which way are you heading from the tower? Down, you can down off to the south, to the west, back the way you've come.
I believe south towards the river. We're following tracks though that we believe are a week old.
Right.
Yeah. So you can try and pick them up and see if you can follow them further on. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay then. In which case, that will be. I guess that'll be a scouting.
That's me.
Okay. Will I give him a bonus if I kind of help describe what I saw from above?
You can assist with a scouting roll, yeah, and that'll give a bonus dice.
Sure. Oh well, what? Does anybody have the scouting skill?
No.
Oh.
Okay, so it's still me with wit 6 then for
So
scouting.
up to 3. You can add up to 3 bonus dice with helping.
Would you like to borrow my telescope?
I don't know that that's going to help with following tracks.
No, it wouldn't be any good for tracking.
But are all 3 of you going to assist trying to help find this?
Yeah,
All of these?
we'll all
So
assist.
3 dice. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
2 successes or 3 or
3
Three.
success.
Yeah.
3 successes.
The skulls don't cancel out, Jake. They're
Yeah,
just there
okay.
to notice unless you have to push.
Yeah,
Correct.
So they mean,
Or don't get a
nothing
success.
unless you push a roll.
Hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, you even though these tracks are quite, like I say, quite old, maybe a week old, and there's going to be a lot of traffic animals and deterioration because of weather changes in weather. You still manage to pick up the trail and follow it south, where it comes. It meets with the northern bank of the river. That's like say this river's flow quite. It's quite a big, quite wide river, and it's flowing off to the east. And to your west, you can see it flows out of this enormous lake, absolutely enormous. You can't see the far shore.
Yeah.
To the south of that, across the other side of the river and running along the south shore of the lake, as far as you can see at least, there is quite an extensive marshland as well. But the trail itself follows the river down to the east, down
southeast, following the river. Yeah, we should probably head that way, I guess.
Okay.
I just realised why the mule didn't like that tower.
Why?
'Cause that's where its master got attacked.
Could be.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's certainly a possibility.
It belonged to him, didn't it? He came in on it.
Okay, so I guess everybody line up for travel.
So yeah, so we're back to the party sheet travel section. So you want to. So this will be the second quarter day.
Yeah, that makes sense. So move 1 hex search rather than move 2 hexes. Gotcha.
I could do keep watch if it's.
I mean, whoever's got the best scouting, I would think.
Yeah. So
But
if you are going to be like trying to follow the trying to like track these follow these tracks, it is going to slow your pace.
Okay, that's fair. Do we need to follow the tracks? We know they're following the river. If we find a way to cross the river, we might look again to see if we can pick up any change. I don't know. What do you guys think? Follow the tracks or just follow the river?
No, let's follow the tracks.
Okay.
Because they're going to go. We're looking. We may as well follow something rather than just.
I gotcha.
Right,
Okay.
and we don't know if they're crossing the river directly or if they're turning east or west.
Yeah, you could.
Right.
If that happens, you could miss that easily.
So let's get that keeping watch roll to start the quarter.
Okay, so this will mean that you will only cover 1 hex rather than 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
Unless, we know we're heading into bandit land now at least, so it might. Yeah, I think it might be a good idea.
Okay, so do you want to?
Ooh, that's great.
That's all right. That's
like
good.
that.
So is that that's a scouting roll?
That's keeping watch.
And then the lead the way roll.
Yep. Pulling that up.
Make sure there's no mishaps.
Yeah.
Okay, no mishaps, so that's all good. Okay, so this trail continues to follow the river quite closely. It does deviate a little bit where the terrain dictates it to be easier to make a detour away from the riverbank, but certainly seem to be following this, clearly following the river for some reason or another. So it's getting towards late in the afternoon. Maybe about another hour before you're gonna have to start looking for somewhere to camp. And you come across a small sort of copse of trees that's obscuring your way, not blocking. You can move through it, or you can go around it. But as you approach, you hear this. So what are you doing? Like I say, you can hear this. It's like childlike, almost angelic.
Do you hear that coming from the copse of trees?
Yeah, it's coming from the trees.
So it's not coming from the water, like nobody's washing themselves and singing.
No.
Is it what language? Do we recognise a language or?
No.
They have a joint language. Is languages a thing in this? Like, is there Elvish?
I think there are different languages, but there is a general. Most people
speak like a common.
Like we all speak common. Yeah.
But there are other languages, but generally people speak a common tongue.
But that song, was that in a common?
No.
No.
Errors.
I would be apt to following. I don't mind to sneak ahead, just so that we're not. Okay. We don't feel compelled to follow the voice.
No.
Sound evil, is it?
I would sneak ahead and just not
feel compelled because it sounds pleasant.
Well, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Could be like a siren, though.
Could be.
It's a female.
Who knows?
Let's go in and have a look.
Yeah. I'm gonna sneak up too.
All right.
How do you want to handle
if
stealth?
you're sneaking as a group, then the person with the worst skill needs to make the roll.
Yeah, I might then just go off on the side.
Yeah, go off on. Yeah,
why don't you sneak? I'll just walk.
Lonnie can go in and we'll wait ready for his call.
I can't really sneak, can I, with a mule and a wagon and a dead body?
Yeah, that's going to be hard to sneak.
Now,
yeah, let's just the three of us just walk forward boldly.
How does my pride assist me with this?
So it's basically works like a descriptor. If you can apply
Correct.
that descriptor to a skill roll, you can use it. So, but it's only on a failed roll, so you can use it to rescue a failed roll without.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna rescue a failed roll.
Okay, so if you look where your pride is, there should be. Where is it now? Yeah, you press the button. Boom! There you go.
Oh, look
12.
at that.
Wow. Okay, so you sneak up and you can continue. Sneak into this copse of trees. It's made up almost exclusively of oak trees, and they're all really kind of really old, lush-looking trees. Really thick trunks, really tall. And as you advance through the trees, you can hear this. You can still hear this singing, and it's getting loud, steadily louder as you weave your way through between the trees. And you must be almost. It sounds like almost at the where the source of it must be coming from. And you go to start peering around a tree, the trunk of one of the trees to see what it is, wherever the song is coming from. And just as you start to peer around the tree, it stops. It just cuts off suddenly. And you finish. As you lean out, there's a small clearing, maybe about 20 feet across. There's a little a spring or some kind of pool to one side, and sat in the middle of this clearing is a fox.
A what?
A fox.
A what?
And it turns as you peer around the tree. It turns and just stares at you.
A fox.
A fox.
Okay, I will say loudly because I think I know my friends are around. Oh, hello there, little fellow. That's quite a voice you have on you if it was indeed you that was singing.
Okay. It kind of cocks its head to one side. Its eyes are. I mean, you've seen foxes before, but its eyes are unusually large. Not to the point that it looks unnatural, but it's just really sort of big, almost like not quite anime size, but big doughy eyes, and it kind of cocks its head to one side, and then stands up and trots over to you and just then sits down in front of you, looking up at you.
Oh, you're quite a foxy individual, aren't you? I don't know if I should pet it because I think that's probably demeaning, but I'll put my hand out as if I'm going to shake its hand. I want to see if it has an instinct to then, give a paw out to shake rather than patting its head.
Okay, so it pauses for a minute, and it sniffs at your hand, and then kind of just like gently nuzzles against the back of your hand.
Okay. By this point, have my companions also arrived?
Oh, have you? So yeah. So what are the rest of you doing? You can maybe.
Yeah, I was just walking in.
Here, yeah.
I'm going to hang at the back and just sort of keep watch.
Okay.
I'll hang back with the cart.
You're in no danger from us, little fellow. So who is it that was singing? What a voice and what a song. We don't even know what language it is. Very curious. But you'll find we're quite pleasant traveling companions.
Right. It kind of gets back up onto its feet again, and it sort of circles round you a couple of times and rubs up against your leg, and then kind of sits there again, looking up at you, kind of with this sort of expectant look on its face.
So we see this as we walk up?
Yeah.
Oh. Made a friend, Lanaim?
It looks like yes, but I haven't found the source of the song. The song disappeared, and I see this individual. Maybe this individual travels with the person who was singing. He certainly doesn't seem wild. Sorry,
what was that, Brent?
Where does the spring feed, or is it just a pool?
Yeah, it's just a pool. It's yeah.
But it's burbling like a spring?
Yeah.
I walk over and take a look in the spring.
Okay, it's quite shallow, maybe just a couple of feet, and it's crystal clear. You can see a few small fish swimming around in it.
I bend down and place my hand in the spring to see if I can sense any magic.
No, nothing.
Okay. Any indication that anyone else was here other than the fox? Any footprints, any depressions in the grass?
I guess you could make a scouting roll.
Sure.
No, nothing.
Okay. Strange. Well, I say this quite clearly out loud. If the spirits of the place have no objection, I think this might be a good place for us to fill up our canteens if need be. Spring looks very clear.
Yep, you could fill your water supplies up to maximum, straight up to a D12.
Oh wow, okay.
What What would you say about spending an evening?
I think this might be a good place to camp. Yes.
Yeah.
I just think it's getting late in the afternoon, and I don't think we want to be stuck out there without any shelter or out in the open where we can be seen.
I will tell everyone, and this is just a guess on my part, total assumptions, but I suggest that if we're going to build a fire, I'm going to go to sleep because I'm sleepy. Yeah. And if I'm going to pull the full watch again, I need to sleep now rather than later. So whoever wants to pull in wood for the fire, only use fallen wood. Don't chop anything down.
Yeah.
What is the weather like? Are we in summer or winter? Or
spring.
It's spring.
Do we need a fire? Would we desperately need a fire?
It's not. It's not particularly. It's not particularly cold. No, you can maybe get by without a fire. I mean,
Not bother.
You've got no light source at all then.
Is there a moon now?
Right.
What's the moon doing now?
Is there a moon? So there is a wax. So the moon is waxing gibbous tonight.
Oh, there we go then. So we don't really
not super dark.
Not super dark, although it's going to be a bit darker inside inside this copse.
Yeah, I think we'll have plenty of moonlight. What if we get set up and ready before it gets dark?
Okay, so you'll still, if you want to stay here, you'll still have to make a camp roll. But I will let you have 2 bonus dice because it does look like a superb camping spot.
Well, I'm just going to go straight to sleeping.
Okay.
Somebody else is going to need to make the camping roll.
So this takes up the third quarter. So people
this
can
quarter
forage.
I'm going to sleep. Yeah.
As well.
I'm gonna forage. I'll stay on watch, and while I'll go on watch, but I'll go on like a roving watch. So I'll forage while I'm I'll collect some wood and just wander around.
Well, I mean, I can keep watch while you're foraging.
All right then, yeah. Yeah, okay then. I'll leave.
So yeah, if you
London.
want to assign yourselves to the roles on the travel sheet.
So I'm gonna put myself under sleep, and I guess I have to make a roll to find a good place.
But I think you get the 2 bonus die because of this place.
But you get because of the location. Yep. Adding in 2.
Yeah, sorry, that's the role I was meaning, not the make camp. The
find a good place. Yeah.
Yeah. Because this, like I said, this is a good place for a camp. So, I will say that's automatically going to succeed and make camp check.
Babooyah.
So yeah.
I think I am good with that roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll. Do I get any bonus if we're foraging in here or? No.
Ooh. Oh wow!
So your
nice.
Doesn't get any better, but you won't have. So essentially, you will because you won't have the. Normally, for foraging, you'll get a -1 penalty because of it being springtime.
Yeah.
But if you're foraging just in this area, so only one. Don't forget, you can if you want to make. You can assist foraging, or if you want to make separate foraging rolls, then you've got to do it in different areas. So only one person can forage inside in this immediate area.
I'll forage then.
Hey, why did I lose willpower?
No,
Does willpower drain when you sleep?
I'm going to push it though. No.
Wow.
Found nothing.
Did you take your +2 or you didn't? Or was there no +2 for this?
No, for that one.
Not for that. No. That's okay. I can live with that.
I'm gonna.
So yeah, why did you lose a will point then?
Yeah, I lost. I mean, I took 3 stress to my wits for sleeping, which we figured out that I guess you take half of your wits in stress after you're sleepy. But I don't know why I lost willpower.
So sleepy. What's everybody else doing, by the way? While I'm just looking this up.
Well, while I'm on watch, I'm gonna try to feed the fox as well, and see if he's going to stick around, because I still feel there's a mystery there yet to be solved.
Okay,
and I'm curious, and I like animals.
So the fox kind of sticks to you like glue.
All right.
It follows you. It follows you everywhere. It's just it's all. It's never more than like a couple of feet away from you, and it quite happily takes food from your hand. It almost as if it's almost as if it was a family pet that you've known for your entire life.
What's it think to the mule?
Yeah, exactly. What does the mule think of it?
Yeah, and what does the mule think to the?
It said the mule seems surprisingly calm when it's confronted by this fox.
Oh, it's obviously a good fox. The magic mule never lies.
Sleepy, so you cannot recover wits except through magic. If your wits are broken while you're asleep, you must sleep. You suffer 1 point of damage to your wits each day. If this damage breaks your wits, you collapse and sleep. As soon as you have slept for at least a quarter day,
there's something wrong with the rest button.
So you take the damage, and then after the rest, the sleep condition is removed, and then you'll not take any more damage. So you still take it while you actually.
Yeah, but I took 3 damage.
Oh right, you took 3.
It was only.
I thought you had 2
1.
already, didn't you?
No.
Oh right. Maybe that was a sheet. Should be right. Should be.
Oh, I know why. Because we haven't been using the rest button the way that we should. So everybody needs to make sure they hit the rest button tonight.
Oh yeah, you're not being pressed the rest button.
Rather than just, restoring your points to yourself.
Oh yeah,
make sure you
use the rest button. Yeah. Otherwise.
Because with the calendar, the game is actually tracking how many days in between you resting.
Yep. So yeah, you got to use the automated buttons, otherwise it won't work properly. The sheet won't work.
Right.
And don't pop the sheet out as well, because that messes with the automation of it.
Ah.
Well, you can pop it out to look at it, but close it.
Pop it back in. Yeah.
Right.
If you're gonna hit buttons.
Sometimes
I'm still trying to figure out why it took away my willpower though. Because I didn't think willpower drained. I haven't cast anything, so I should still have 5 willpower.
Oh right, yeah, your willpower. Willpower shouldn't go down.
I didn't think so. I thought once you've earned it, you've got it.
Yeah, it doesn't. No, yeah, it shouldn't go down at all. Not unless you spend it.
I didn't. Yeah. Hang on, I'll just
willpower.
Use the index and look for willpower. 46.
I fancy trying to craft a fox fur hat.
Make a nice hat.
Yeah, I mean, how bad would that be if that was our unique item of clothing?
Yeah,
we all wear fox fur. I don't think it'd be like looking at us so kindly. Wearing my people.
So laws of watch to keep watch for the first quarter.
Yeah, do you need me to make a roll?
Yeah. Make your keep watch roll. No.
I'll keep watching the second quarter while the rest of you are sleeping.
Oh, that's not good. And so
you can either leave it like that, or you can push it. But if you push it, you're going to take at least 2 damage to wits.
Okay,
push it. After you rest, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Rest and fully restores any damage to your tributes.
Sure, we'll give it a shot.
Okay, that's good. So got 1 success on that.
All right, I just boosted my willpower back up to 5 because I'm not seeing anything about willpower draining when you rest.
Keep an eye on that. Maybe it's something with the sheet glitching. Right, so nobody succeeded in any foraging for food and things, did they?
Oh well, I didn't do any, so I'm assuming we all need to spend.
That means you'll have to use your food supplies. Obviously, you don't need to check. You don't need to test the water because you got a water supply here.
We can just drink from the spring. Yeah.
So you need to, on your character sheets, you just need to test your food supplies. So if you click on the food thing, it should do the supply check.
Okay, I rolled a 1, so I guess.
If you roll a 1 or a 2, then it depletes.
I'm out of food.
So it depletes to the next lower die. So six sided dice is the lowest one. So if you got a D6 on your supply and you roll a 1 or a 2, then you run out of food.
It depletes automatic, or do you have to choose?
Yeah, no, it did automatically for me. Yeah. I'm officially out of food.
Yeah, I was on D8, but it's not depleted it. I'm sure I rolled a 1. What did I roll?
Yeah, no, you rolled a 2.
Yeah, so it's 1.
Right. I'm looking at somebody else's dice.
Oh, so then maybe you're at a D6 now instead of a D8, just to understand the mechanics.
It's not refreshed. Hold on.
I don't see. It's not rolled it in.
Yeah, I only see Jake, me, and Theron's, Andy. Oh yeah, Andy, you did roll a 2.
Yeah, mine rolled a 2, but mine didn't change automatically.
It didn't?
No. And it's not popped out either, but I just dropped it down to, I were on D6 anyway, so.
Right, he was on a D8 before, so.
I've run out
clicked for mine several times and it's just not responding.
Yours isn't.
I'll do it for you then. There you go, it's fine.
Well, we might need to worry about food tomorrow, but again, it set me down to 3 again. Why does it keep adjusting my willpower down? My willpower should be 5.
What was the extra food? What we found was it D6 rations?
So it was 1 unit. So it would it would increase one person's food supply by one level.
Oh, that's why it's doing it.
So have you totally depleted? Did you say, Brian? Your food?
On food, yes.
The food what we found at the the ruins, you could have that, and that'll give you a D6.
Okay. Does the food that we found in the ruins have any, do I sense any magic when I touch it?
No.
All right. And it looks like it's okay. It looks like it's preserved.
Yeah. It looks okay.
All right. I'll go ahead and add that to my pack and bring my food up to D6. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay.
So one unit of something will increase a die.
Okay, so I will remove that from our notes on the party sheets.
So law is out of food though. But if you can share food, so you can give a unit of food to somebody, and then that also lowers your dice to the next one. So if somebody was on D8 for their food supply, they could give a unit of food to somebody to increase their food level by reducing their food level by 1 dice.
Okay, I understand. That's cool.
So for instance, like Oscar he's got a D8. So in theory, Oscar could give Law a D6 by Oscar reducing his to a D6.
But hobbits don't share food.
We'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, let's see what happens tomorrow. Maybe we'll find stuff.
Yeah,
so,
Anyway, it's just as a.
So I'm gonna move. If we're finished with this quarter, I'll move into the sleep area, I guess. It doesn't allow that. Oh, yeah, it doesn't. No.
And I will move into the keep watch area if you move out of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to move, but it doesn't. Oh,
it's not moving. There we go.
There we go. There's a reset button, so you can press a reset button. Or if
I see.
And it'll reset everybody back to the other, and then you can drag them back again.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
You want to go into sleep? You all want to make sure that once you're all there, you want to hit that bed icon on the top of your sheet. While they're sleeping during my watch, I'm actually going to take the water skin from the cart, and I am going to walk a little ways from the copse, not too far, and empty it out, and then I'm going to come back and fill it back up from the spring.
Okay.
Just so we're certain that the water inside the water skin on the cart is clean.
Okay, so
So
Lo and Oscar need to hit the rest button on the sheet.
So interestingly enough, I hit the rest button and it still kept my willpower as what it was before.
I figured out what was happening with my willpower.
Oh, what was it?
The sheet was put in a place on the screen that if it was closed and I opened it again, I was also automatically clicking the willpower bar, which was then removing points. So it's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to drag myself into the sleep box, and it will not drag.
Yeah, I had trouble. I had to do it like 3 times.
I get a few times into
If you just press the rest button on your sheet, it'll still do the same thing.
Ah, okay.
So it's worked for Lo and Theron, so you just need one for Oscar.
You'll not get it because it's just not responding.
All right, I'll do it for you then. There we go. Oscar takes a rest.
All right.
So,
does the fox ever sleep? Is it doing anything
it
weird while I'm up all night keeping watch?
So once everybody's sort of beds down for the night, the fox curls up at on top of Lo's legs.
Oh, it loves you.
Okay.
Loves you. Me.
I couldn't be more pleased.
And about an hour after everybody's drifted off to sleep, the fox is like fast asleep as well, and it starts to snore. But it sounds like a person snoring.
Right.
And then you hear that singing again, and it's coming from the fox.
While it's
sleeping
and snoring.
Yeah. So it kind of snores for a bit and then stops, and then it starts singing. You can see its lips sort of pursing and moving as it sings, and then it stops and snores again for a bit, almost like it's singing in its sleep.
Right.
But no language that's distinguishable to us.
No. So it doesn't wake anybody else up.
I want to know if somebody has any lore skill that might be able to, have heard tales of, maybe.
You could make
before I go kissing the fox to see if it turns into a princess, maybe there's somebody who knows a little bit more lore than I do.
So I'll go ahead and make a lore check while I'm observing this fox all night to see if there's anything I've read about in Seneca's library that might indicate something about it.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Okay. So yeah, why not? Maybe, I mean, it's up to you. You could push it to get a bit more information, but you definitely read something about animal spirits, animals being spirits taking the form of animals, but also demons taking the form of animals.
Kill it.
Sure.
Time.
It's gonna have to cut its head off.
It's nearly as magical as the mule. Nearly.
So yeah,
Well,
could
I
well
will.
be some,
I'll keep the bit about demons to myself for a bit, but maybe I'll talk to everybody else about it. I think it's fairly evident it's not a normal fox. I'll keep an eye on it.
We don't
especially
wake up
if it follows us.
If we don't wake up dead, it's it's all right.
I mean, I'm on watch all night. I've already slept, so you guys should be fine. Unless something happens while you're asleep. Do I need to make a scouting roll while they're sleeping for watch?
Yes, I believe so. It's scouted.
And if it's after...
That's not good. We're going to push that.
And in somebody's life force, it's picked its target, hasn't it?
Ooh, 3 damage to wits.
Succeeded, though, and got a bunch of willpower.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so yeah, you're busy keeping watch. So your camp is you pass through the night and your camp's not disturbed. There's nothing untoward happens.
Right.
When you're doing one of your like little patrols, doing a circuit of the camp, checking the area around it. When you're coming back into the camp, you hear a voice, a man's voice, a really gruff voice going, as he was lost, so too was the scepter. And it mumbles to something you can't hear. The will of the king burned so fiercely that he refused to die. And as you walk into the camp, it's a fox, and then it starts snoring again.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I will pass that information on to Lanaim when we wake up.
Yeah, let's move it to the next morning. So yeah.
That's why I have wits damage, because I've been just looking at this fox all night, and it's weirding me out, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sunrise, 6 in the morning of the 6th of spring rise. And yeah, you're all awake. So Lo, you wake to the fox licking your face.
I'm gonna go to him and go, sorry, I have no more food, but we'll find something for you on the way, I promise.
Okay. Starts sort of nuzzling and poking its nose into your pockets and pushing at your hand. And
is it male or
walk
female?
over to you as you're waking up.
You can go and check if you want.
Right.
I think other halfling can check is closest to it. Male or female?
Somebody want to check?
Nope.
I'm not gonna interact with it.
It might have fleas. I don't want to rub it.
Not that intimately in any case.
Right. So I approach Lanaim and the fox as it's nuzzling in his pockets, and I'm like, so your friend there appears to be, don't mean to frighten you, but appears to be possessed.
Possessed?
As you were sleeping, it was alternately singing in the voices that we heard as we approached the copse yesterday, and also at one point was speaking in the voice of an old man, some kind of verse or prophecy.
What was the prophecy?
Something about a scepter, king, standing.
So you think that this fox was once an advisor to a king that knew prophecy?
Could be. It could be that the fox is also acting as a conduit for spirits in the area. Hard to say. Does the fox responding to this at all?
So looking over it, looks. You get this kind of uneasy feeling that it's listening. It understands what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I look at the fox directly and I say, "Do you have anything to add?" Anything we should know?
And it just sits and stares at you.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Lunaim, I'm not going to feel comfortable if this fox follows us out of this grove, as safe as this grove has been for us this evening.
I respect that, but there's something here. I'm not abandoning this fox to its own devices. We know that it's not a normal fox. It's
exactly. So why continue to string it along and have it join us?
It might not come
it's
with
very
us.
survival may depend on us.
Might not come with us. It might want to stay.
If it stays, that's fine.
If it decides it wants to come with me, I've grown quite fond of it, and I wouldn't. I wouldn't
then
shoot
it will be
away
your
or leave it alone.
responsibility.
It's okay with Mule and me. Mule seems to like it. Mule's a good judge of character.
Yeah.
Look, as long as it hasn't indicated that it's posing any danger, which clearly it hasn't. I mean, what voice? What evil could create such a voice that sounded so pure and sweet?
Demons.
I'm assuming demons wouldn't have such beautiful voices. Surely.
Maybe to lure you in.
You would be
Maybe to lure
mistaken.
you in.
You've never heard a demon with such a sweet voice before. You're going to tell me you have?
I think it could almost be like a siren. It lures you in. It wants to keep you here for whatever reason. You know, there's just because it sounds nice and friendly. Don't mean to say it is nice and friendly.
Well, the fact that you're not lured in by it would indicate that it's not what you claim it to be.
I'm fully
I'm
prepared.
just saying, I'm trying to make you aware of the possible danger. It could be a spirit. It could be a beneficent being. It could also be a demon.
But you indicated that if it follows us out, that this would be something that you weren't comfortable with.
Correct.
And
I'm not saying I'm going to do anything about that yet.
Well, no, I just want us to be clear because, you know, this, as far as I know now, is a harmless possessed creature, and I don't believe
it's choosing not to communicate. It's intelligent. It's choosing not to communicate with us, and I find that suspicious.
Really? Yeah. And I'm going to look at the fox. Is that true?
Right, it sort of cocks its head to one side and opens its tongue kind of lolls out, pants, and it trots forward and starts nuzzling at your hand again.
Maybe it's waiting to see if it could trust us.
It could be. I'm just saying. I wanted to let you know where we were at.
I appreciate all knowledge on this. I don't believe any of the knowledge that you've imparted upon me is given me any reason to share the same concerns that you do, though. No disrespect to your knowledge on these matters.
Can I ask the fox? Fox, what's for breakfast?
Sorry, say that again. I was just laughing. Can I ask the fox? What were you saying?
I will go. Fox, get its attention.
Right, it looks up at you.
What is for breakfast?
Right, it looks at Lo.
Oh, got to eat you.
Then it looks back at you, and you could almost swear, almost convince yourself that it looked like it shrugged.
Need to kill this fox.
We may yet.
The axe has been sharpened.
I gather up my things. Well, we should.
Well, I presume this is something you say. So the fox looks at Theron and growls.
See, even joking, it understands us.
It does.
This fox is not letting on to what it knows.
I'm gonna look at the fox and say, "Forgive my friends who may seem quite suspicious and unnerving to you at this point. I'm quite certain once they have discovered your true nature that you will not be thought of any more poorly in any other manner other than good. You do have a marvelous voice. Why don't you sing for me again? I did so enjoy it."
Right, sort of it gets up and sort of sits right at your feet, sort of leaning right into you and glares at Theron.
Well, look what you've done. Now it doesn't feel like singing. Well, maybe when your mood changes and you'll find the muse comes upon you again, you'll sing for us.
But the thing is, Lo, that even I had to get the fox's attention because I'm testing it. I don't want to kill it, but it's just by saying it, I just proved that this fox is smarter than the fox is letting on.
I don't believe that the fox is trying to indicate that it isn't smart.
No, but it sings in its sleep. But then when we question it or press it, it seems all shy or gives us nothing.
Which just goes to show you that what it is holding inside it is of such import that it's not going to just divulge it to anybody. It has to know that the people it's going to divulge this information to are proper to receive it.
Maybe so.
We're burning daylight either way.
Yeah, I think we leave the fox. If the fox tags along, it tags along. If it doesn't...
Fox, do you know... have you seen bandits come this way? The bandits have been quite a concern to our city, and we've been tasked with going out to see if we can encourage the bandits to not be an issue.
Let me be clear. We haven't been tasked with encouraging them not to be an issue. We've been tasked with ending their being an issue. And
ending their... Yes, correct. Yeah, but you know...
The fox response is it kind of jumps up, rests its forepaws against you, and starts trying to like get into your pack.
And I will turn to the party and say, "I assure you, the bandits are not in my pocket." You'll have to wait for that one.
So, yeah, Siren at that point gathers up his things and prepares to get going, assuming everyone else is going to do the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to assign yourself roles for the first quarter?
Yeah.
Who wants me to do what at this point?
If somebody else wants to lead the way, you can. I'm just thinking in terms of dice rolls. I've got that wit 6, you know.
Well, yeah, I think you're probably...
Although, actually, I'm down to wits 3 right now because of my mental stress in the evening, so I only have 3 dice, so anybody who's better than that
I've got 4.
take it.
I don't mind.
Wits and survival is what you're looking at for lead the way.
Yeah, it's I have 0 for both, but 4 wits.
Okay.
I'll do the watch thing. So good at it.
And we're still following tracks, so that's going to slow us down.
Yep. So is Theron? You want to do anything? Just going to hike?
Yeah, I'll just I'll go to hike.
I'm wondering, as I talk to the fox, is he assisting with me leading the way? Meaning, does he know these areas? And as I describe to him what we're trying to do and where we're going to go,
if he does, he's not imparting any of his knowledge to you.
Have you got anything in scouting, Theron?
No.
Success.
And what wits have you got?
Yeah, and to be honest, my character is so heavily like biased on one side. Like it was built for one mission only, and I generally build more rounded characters. I might.
There is no rounding in this game. You get so few skill points. You are kind of like heavily built in one area to begin with.
No, I understand, but the issue is that, to be honest, And again, I mean, this is maybe not relevant for this, but because of my pride, I could for sure, like, afford to put 1 or 2 in scouting or survival. But I'm gonna look at the rules and then speak to Phil and have him decide.
It's not going to be too bad to beef those up with experience as we move forward.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So if you want to do a keep watch,
yeah, somebody who's on watch.
Be right back.
You should be able to just click
Oscar.
the keep watch button on the party sheet. Should work anyway.
Does the fox follow us out of the copse of trees?
It does.
Of course he does.
It follows you. Like I say, it just trots along at the side of Low.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Right. So you managed to keep following, keep on the trail of the tracks.
Oh.
And you've been going for about 4 hours. And ahead of you rises a large, not mountain, almost probably just a little bit shy of being a small mountain, but certainly a very large hill that is surmounted and covered with sharp rocks, almost like spines protruding from the back of it.
Okay.
And as you get closer, you can see like trails of smoke. First just one, but then several. And you can see what appears to be a settlement in the shadow, nestled in the shadow of this huge hill. Let's move on to.
The Hollows.
So you are.
This is the place we were told about.
Let me draw something on here. You're approaching from this direction. You can see that line.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From the east or the west, rather.
So
awesome.
This place is surrounded by a stone wall.
Be able to sell them a fox.
Maybe. Some pelts.
Yeah, a dead body.
He can do a bit of stage music for him, be a bit of entertainment.
Yeah.
So like I say, this place, this settlement is it's surrounded by a stone wall, but unlike the wall back at Seneca's Rest, it's like a really low wall. It looks really decades, if not centuries old. It's badly worn. It's only about 3 or 4 foot high, and it snakes around running from the side, partway up the side of this hill, and around the west, and then south side of the village, and across the river, and round to the east, and up towards the north beyond where you can currently see. The entire wall is almost completely overgrown with rose and rosehip bushes. So,
my God, there's a giant bird to the southeast.
Is there an opening or a gate from the direction we're coming? Because it doesn't look like it.
So where you stood, there's a gap in the wall where the river flows.
The river.
Right.
You can see from this direction. You can see on the south side of the river. You can see here there's some kind of water. There's a mill. And you can see a big water wheel that's slowly turning in the current of the river. And there's you can see several buildings beyond that on the south side of the river. You can just about possibly, you can probably see it because there's at the south side you can see a track running up to a gate, a large, and you can see it because it's at least 2 to 3 times the height of the wall, and it's this big, heavy oak door with you can, even from this distance, you can see these like big iron banding reinforcing this gate.
That looks like a crossing point. If you come down from the mountain, it's brown on either side, like a ford.
It could be. It could be.
Where? Oh, right there. I see. It could be a ford. Yeah. I guess we'll head there and try and get across.
As you get closer, you can the smells of the place start to hit you. You can smell. You can hear and smell farm animals, pigs and cow. You can smell the manure from cows and pigs. But also on the drip coming on the wind, you can there's the scent of freshly baked bread, and you can hear just the faint sound of people's voices and the sound of children playing.
Huh. Fox is. I'm gonna try to determine if there's a name that Fox seems to like, and I'll kind of go through a few, see if anything sounds like it's giving me like a.
What names are you going through?
Names for the fox.
Fox.
Kevin.
Joel.
Kevin. I love it.
You've got to get animals with people names.
Brian.
Yeah. Tony the fox.
All right.
Eamon.
We're going into a city. Maybe
some chickens.
may not be good for you to show yourself. Would you be willing to go into the cart and stay, kind of under some of those skins for now? Just
and the dead body
from.
Yeah. feel a bit peckish. Chew on that.
So it so the fox kind of looks at you and stops again, cocks its head to one side, looking at you, give you this sort of quizzical kind of look, and then it just turns and it trots off.
Totally, just trots off.
Yeah.
Back in the direction we came.
No, it trots off up the hill. And
maybe we'll meet him again when we leave the city.
And you quickly lose sight of it as it disappears. As it disappears behind like these rocky crags that cover the side of this hill.
I'll make a mental note that I'm leaving the city that way, and we'll call back to him before we leave. But understood.
Okay, so you can also see on the south side there's fields, agricultural fields that are being worked, that are growing crops, some kind of crops in as well. But yeah, so what are you going to do? There's people working. Yeah, there might be a few people working. A handful of people working in the fields.
I mean, we could probably get a sense if this city has a problem with bandits, and
we might be able to find more about that tower.
This is the point. The trail leads all the way here as well.
I see. So maybe we head to the inn and see what,
So are we going towards that ford? Is that what?
I think so.
The tracks go all the way to the ford. And that's where you lose.
And is there anybody there? Can we see anybody at the ford?
No, there's nobody here.
All right.
I'm just further down, looking down the river. You can see somebody near the bridge. You can see somebody fishing on the north side of the river.
Fishing. Yeah.
Say it's a wooden wall.
A stone wall.
Stone.
Old stone wall.
Because I'm just looking down the line of it, and there is actually a tower, isn't there?
There is.
The
Yes. You can see.
There's one by each gate.
This one.
So
if there's going to be a guard, they're going to be in that tower, aren't they?
So there's an old what you can see here, an old worn stone tower. It's not massive, maybe about as tall as two men, and
just don't want to get shot.
To be
random guard,
like towers that are built with an interior. It just looks like stone blocks piled on top of each other.
So the person who's fishing, you said they're closer to the bridge?
Yeah.
You think that's within earshot of the ford area? What we think is a ford?
Possibly not. No.
Okay. Well, I'll walk first and use my quarterstaff my staff to try and feel out like how deep this section we think might be a ford is to see if we can get the cart across and the mule.
Okay. So yeah, it maybe comes up to about 3 foot deep at its at the middle. So you should be able to get the mule and the cart through. It might be a bit of the halflings might have to ride on the cart though.
Of course.
The mule, yeah, for sure.
Shouldn't look threatening because we've got a mule and a cart. We just look like a traveler.
Yeah, with the dead body on it. It's
covered in pelts.
Yeah, okay.
Once they let us inside, then we can run a rampage and start killing everybody. I mean, we can do some trade.
Okay, so you're gonna cross.
I think I'm gonna trot off where the direction where the fox went. I think we should question the fisherman.
Cross the ford. Well, we need to get into town first.
Oh, I thought there was a fisherman on the north side.
Yeah, down by the bridge.
By the bridge. Okay.
We're still outside the walls.
Right. 100%. Okay.
So I mean, we can see the guy on the bridge. Is he facing us? Can he see us?
No.
So we're going across the ford, yeah. And then just follow path down, like down the wall.
I think follow the wall.
No sudden movements.
Track.
Waving.
Waving a white flag.
Okay, so so follow. Like I said, there's a couple of people working in the far end of the far south end of the field, and you can, as you get close to the tower, you can see a guard, or what you presume is a guard, suddenly stand up. It must have been sat down on top of the tower, and suddenly stands up and kind of looking over at you. And as you draw closer, it says, "Hey there!"
Hello.
Hail. Well met.
Says, "Where are you heading from?"
We're from, we were to the west of here, but we're initially from Seneca's Rest up north.
Shrugs. Never heard of it.
Yeah, well, you know how it is with the blood mist.
Blood mist we've been clear of that for a good 3 years or more now.
Yeah, strangely, we only got cleared out a couple of weeks ago.
He sort of looks a bit puzzled and scratches his head and says, welcome to the Hollows.
Hollows? This looks like a large settlement. Larger than we were, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's much,
Till the mist rose.
It's much bigger than Seneca's Rest.
Are you welcome? Can we enter?
Says, yeah, just approach the gate. I'll come down and let you in.
Will do.
The people in the farm, do they just carry on farming?
Don't like the look. They glance. Maybe glance up and look. Maybe look like they're exchanging words, but they don't approach you. They just after they've clocked you, they go back to what they're doing.
And the humans?
Yes, they are.
They don't seem overly afraid, do they? As if they're going to be attacked.
No, they don't seem like sort of shocked or surprised.
I mean, if they've been clear for 3 years, they've probably had travelers.
How come they've not found us? Because we've been covered in the mist.
Yeah, we've still been covered.
So they wouldn't have found us there.
Come to us.
or anybody who started traveling up our way would have been lost when they couldn't find their home in the night.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the settlement itself. It is rather weird, isn't it? It looks kind of semi-evil, like a temple thing in the middle.
Yeah, on the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A large graveyard.
Yeah, massive cemetery.
And what do we know about religions in these parts? Can we see the spiky kind of Stonehenge type thing up there? Does that track?
As you approach the gate coming around the southwest side of the settlement, you can see it's kind of like almost like a natural amphitheater like cut into the side of this hill, and there's all the stones all exposed, and there's more of these like jagged rocks, almost like spines protruding up through the ground. You can see there's a road leading up the side of the hill to this large flattened area where there's these obelisks, or they almost look like claws coming up out of the ground. Yeah, and to the far sort of far north side of the settlement, you can see there's a lot. It's taken up almost a quarter, maybe a quarter or more of the settlement's taken by this cemetery, and it's this really old, overgrown cemetery.
Right.
So as you reach the gate, there's a sign sort of hammered into the ground, kind of slightly lopsided. It says, "Welcome to the Hallows." And there's, like I said, this gate. It's really heavily reinforced gate that just seems to make no sense, because you could quite easily hop over the wall. Well, you maybe risk scratching yourself on the rose bushes, but yeah. And there's a small hatch in one side, but as you're approaching it, the guard pulls the doors open. Says, "They should have been open already. I'm not sure. Probably not being on duty. Probably in the pub instead of doing it. Being on gate duty. Should have been open at hours ago."
Huh. How did the farmers get outside? Do they live in town?
The gate's not locked. Yeah, they live in town. Yeah, like I say, the gate should have been open. It's we only close them on an evening.
Fair. You mentioned a pub. Where is that?
Oh well, it depends. We've got two pubs.
Oh my God! Spoiled.
So it points to this building immediately to your right.
This one.
It's like a two. So
the L-shaped one. This one.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. So it's on the. So it's a two-story building. The ground floor is like stone. The upper story is like timber, and it's tarred black, painted with black tar.
Our new lodgings.
And you can see on the roadside there's a door. There must be the front door to it, and there's three small casks hanging on chains above from the roof porch. And to the right of that, there's a sign you can't quite see. There's the guard points. It says, "That's the Three Skulls. They do a mean pint of beer there." And across the river, just at the edge of the village square, there's Dead Man's Hand.
Very.
What's the wine like?
Speaking names.
The wine.
I forgot about our wine.
Yeah, he's on about beer, but what about the wine?
We all drink wine.
It says, "Well, you'll not get wine at Johan's place. They only sell beer at Three Skulls. Now over at Dead Man's Hand, you'd be better off drinking the wine than the beer. The beer's like donkey piss."
transporting some wine down from our place to you.
Yeah.
We never decided.
Berry wine.
We are looking to trade.
Yes, we
Actually.
be very interested in trading.
Or at least the possibility of it. We don't have a whole lot with us right now.
Well, we would facilitate trade between the two communities. No.
Right.
Well, maybe you need to be. I really probably shouldn't say. But it'd be Brewmaster Yarwin that you want to talk to about that.
The skulls or the hand?
The skulls.
Okay.
Who's actually in charge of your town, your settlement?
Oh, that would be Mrs. Polymore.
Mrs.
She's the village elder. But yeah.
She totally in charge. Are you in her employ?
Yeah, Mrs. Polymore. She organises the militia. She makes sure the village wells maintained, keeps the river clean, responsible. She organises fire protection, fire watch, tends the temple, sees to it that there's teams cleaning, making sure the latrines are emptied, as well as collecting taxes from them that maybe don't contribute.
Taxes?
Yeah.
What does that word mean?
A tithe, maybe. She takes money from people. Takes money from people that don't contribute to the community.
Protection money. You mentioned a temple. Does our settlement have a religion of any sort? We have a religion.
So you
didn't have a
temple of sorts. I believe I added a bit more information about that. So there were no formal worship in your village, but most of the population revered a god called the Worm, who was responsible for seeing the dead to move on.
Yeah.
The dead move on, and
Nice.
also
Makes
the Raven,
sense.
which is kind of like a sort of possibly tied to a creation myth. But there was no formal worship. Most people had like sort of paid respect to these deities, and a few people might have had a small idol or a shrine in the homes. But there are other gods. Some people, a few people in your home village had maybe some limited knowledge of the existence.
I'm sure Seneca had a few books
of other gods. Yeah, Seneca being one of them.
What is the temple here called?
Oh, so he says, it's the temple. It's a chapel. It's dedicated to Whale, Flo, and the Nightwalker.
What? Sorry, I got
the gods
Nightwalker.
Whale, Flo, and the Nightwalker. They are all three gods are worshipped here in the Hollows.
That spiky thing up that mountain path. That's not the temple, is it?
Oh no. Well, it is some kind of old temple, but we don't really have anything to do with it. And Mrs. Polymore, she discourages people from disturbing the place.
Do you know anything about the tower to the northwest of here, the ruin? Or anybody who might?
Well, so you might ask around. So there might be some people. There's quite a few people that go out exploring, and since the countryside has opened up, since the blood mist left, quite a few people go out exploring and expanding our horizons. And then
we're doing much the same.
What's his name? 1 second. And then of course there's Vike. Vike's probably your best to ask. He's a gamekeeper.
Oh, okay. Would it be all right for you to tell us where we might find him?
Vike's house is on the far side of the village square, on the edge of on the south edge of the old cemetery.
We will ask about it there. Thank you for your time. Before we leave him, I was wondering, so one thing we've never decided is we've never fully decided what our eccentric clothing is. So I think we need to decide that, and we need to decide whether or not it's weirding these people out, because I think that would be hilarious.
I'd say like maybe one of the dye in most of our clothing. It's a color, or
a color that's not normally seen.
Yeah, it's like what we have in our village. It's like the main color of cloth or something.
Oh, color is a little dangerous because I would probably wear things that would enhance my skills at blending.
But what if that color was purple?
Exactly, that wouldn't enhance my ability to blend.
Like a dark purple, it could.
Oh, maybe.
Other than that, it may be an animal fur. What we like joking about fox fur, but what like bear fur? Because bear.
Oh yeah, we do hunt and track bears. Yeah. Maybe we all wear like
I reckon a hat, bear
skin sashes.
I was thinking something like we tie the bottom of our pants to our boots or something like so that scorpions don't crawl up our legs in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's not clothing though. I mean, that's an interesting side. Like, yeah. Like, right. I think we need something that makes us stand out, that all of us wear because everybody from town does.
Ridiculously large-brimmed hats?
See, I was thinking something hat-wise, too, but then I really like the idea of pulling in the bear skins in some way.
You could have a bearskin hat.
Maybe we all wear Russian, maybe we all wear, like, bear head hoods.
Yeah.
And like cloaks, maybe that's our thing, is like bear skin cloaks with bear hoods and bear claws over the shoulders. I kind of dig that. What's that?
Must have decimated the bear population.
Well, maybe we cultivate them as well, right? Like, because I mean, clearly we've been eating bear meat for over 300 years. It's a lot of bears.
We have
a lot of bear skins.
Farm them, yeah.
All right.
And maybe a lot of our, maybe the thing is too, is a lot of our cloaks are actually passed down in our families. Yeah, that's right. So like, likely.
So you know what? Yeah. I think something like you're right. Like maybe all our cloaks have like bear fur epaulets on him. Like,
oh yeah, that's simple. Off. Yeah, like I like the epaulets.
Yeah, these like
huge furry collars and something like that. Or like maybe each cloak is in its own way unique. Like one cloak has a clasp that's made out of bear paws. One cloak has a bear-headed hood. One has the fur epaulets. One just has a huge furry fringe.
It would just make us all that more bearable as people. Sorry, had to be done.
That was great. I'm gonna say I have the furry fringe all the way around the edge of my cloak, the bear fur fringe. So anyway,
is that what we're settling
he
on?
sees a lot of bear fur
variation on that motif.
Yeah, I think so.
Bear cloak type for me.
Bear cloaks.
Bear cloak.
Yeah.
I want
the claws as a clasp on a cloak.
Yeah. I want
or if we want to go really creepy with Seneca's background, we could always say that we all wear like the preserved hands of our ancestors.
Oh no!
Yeah, I do prefer my.
You take the hand and turn it into a brooch.
When I said I prefer my female companions barely dressed, I clearly didn't mean this.
Barely dressed. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think bear cloaks, bearskin clothing, right? But like clearly bear affected, like we're proud of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I shall leave you to individually add that detail to your character sheets. I believe there's a spot for stuff like that.
Bear testes. Just hanging there.
Bear
Oh,
sporers.
you got some bear balls, a bear ball hanger.
No, the bear scrotum I use as my little coin purse.
I'm feeling sorry for these bears.
Yeah.
I was so mad that you got the bear scrotum too. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't have been from our dad because neither of us really know our dad, but
No.
we have different mothers.
Yeah. Our mother was super aggressive and she went straight to the
No, my mother is different from yours. We have the same father, not the same
father,
mother.
yeah. Sorry, same father, different mum, yeah. That's it.
By the way, sorry, because I was trying to ask before. They worship the whale, Flo, and the Nightwalker?
Flo and the Nightwalker.
Whale
yes.
as in whaling. Not as in
as in rainwater
not
whales.
as in the sea-bound mammal.
Not so whale, W-A-I-L?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. And Flo, F-L-O-W.
Yes.
Okay.
As the flow of water.
Oh, okay. And Nightwalker. Okay.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
But yeah, so like I say, your settlement, your people venerate, maybe not worship, but venerate the worm and the raven.
That Mrs. Polymore, did he say she was the elder?
Yes.
Yeah. And if is there like a trade post if I'd got some items that I wanted to trade or barter with?
So it says, well, I should get back to my post, but if you're looking for things like that, there's no trading posts as such. Something that certainly that some people are looking into, but if you're looking for certain things, then particular people, you can find them. Like for instance, the gamekeeper, you'd be able to get tools.
Probably trade the pulse in.
Tools and like traps, hunting traps and things from like that. The matron, she's a good cook. She can prepare up, certainly top up and prepare some rations, some provisions. And then there's a blacksmith. So there's no central trading post, but if you depending on what you need, there's I'm sure you can find the right people in town.
We'll build a trading post eventually.
Well, you'd have to speak to Mrs. Polmore about that.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be agreeable.
I don't know what everybody else wants to do, but I definitely want to go talk to Mrs. Polmore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I assume is the large house at the bottom of the hill.
The guards tell you it's the big house in the centre at the bottom of the hill.
Yep. So yeah, I guess head into town, thank him, offer my hand for a handshake and thanks.
Does that guard have a name?
Does he have a name? Let's give him a name. His name is Oswin.
Oswin, thank you so much.
I'd offer you some coin, but I haven't got any.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have any coin.
I do, but I'm not going to give him any.
Of course you're not. We all know you're never going to give anyone coin.
I do have some silver.
Oh no, not silver. You'd be a couple of coppers or something like that.
Yeah, no, I don't have any. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I've got no change. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd ask him for change, but
not selling big issue.
So I want to go talk to the town leader, and I want to. I mean, I don't know how seriously she'll take us being strangers, but I want to ask her if she would check the body that we have in the cart to see if it's anyone she knows from town, because we followed the tracks from the tower to here.
Yeah, I'm going to be covering the short sword that I took from the body, kind of inside the cloak, so it's not obvious. Oh,
I mean, haven't you already inscribed your own name in it?
Yeah, exactly.
With a chisel or something?
Uh-huh.
So, were you going in? Going in through the gate?
I would like to, yeah.
Okay.
Knock on her door.
So so you pass through the gates, and the first building you pass is the Three Skulls Tavern. So as you pass in the front door, there's a sign to the right of the door that says, "Welcome to Three Skulls. Dwarves and other beard gobs, don't bother."
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Fair enough. Good thing none of us are dwarves.
How is that fair?
That would have been a fight right away.
I don't condone this. Maybe they're looking for a fight.
Looks like they got a little pier there with some longboats. That's kind of cool.
Okay, so on the left, as you're passing, so on the left, almost opposite the Three Skulls, there is a brewery. So it says Three Skulls Brewery.
Oh, okay.
Beyond that, you can see there's a mill. To the right, just past Three Skulls, is a harbour, some kind of harbour. It looks quite new. So it's on the east side of the bridge. It's a newly constructed wooden pier, and there's 2 wide boats that are moored there. Each has 6 oars and a mast, which is currently taken down. On the north side of the river, there's a low wooden jetty that looks a little bit older than the pier on this side, and it's so new you can still smell the tar. There's a few shacks located nearby that look like some kind of storage buildings or something.
I'm sure this isn't a 2-scale. These are the only buildings in town. These are just kind of like the most important ones, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the bridge. So you're going across. So just heading.
Yep.
Heading past the bridge. Okay.
The bridge looks sturdy.
Yep. So it's a solid stone bridge that crosses over the creek that snakes through the village. The bridge looks like it's much like the outer wall. Looks like it's hundreds of years old, and it's covered in moss and algae. In parts, you can see the foundations have crumbled away, and in places it's been patched together with stone and mortar, but the workmanship is not great.
Okay. Well, nothing for it. Go ahead and cross.
Okay, so cross over. Let's have a little.
It's used daily. It's not a.
Let's just grab one of somebody's token I'll use as a marker.
All right.
Are there many people walking around? Is it populated?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, there's quite a few people. There's so most houses, most places that have got their own sort of small vegetable patches, and maybe a few animals like chickens and a couple of goats and things like that. So they all seem to be self-sufficient to some degree. Each individual household.
Sure.
Do we notice any of our kind here, or are we just encountering humans?
So you're only seeing humans at the minute. No halflings, no elves, no half elves.
They don't like dwarves.
Well, that's what the sign outside the Three Skulls say.
He doesn't like dwarves.
Yeah, we got to find out what the story about that is. And have we seen dwarves in town at all here? Like, no. I mean, as we walk, we should keep an eye out for that.
You're only humans. Only humans.
I don't know that I would even know what a dwarf looks like, to be honest.
We've never seen one, have we?
We should ask what is a dwarf?
There were reports of sightings of dwarves, wasn't there?
They're bit bigger than us, and they've got beards.
Yeah, so
they're bigger than us. Oh, bigger than halflings. Yes, yes, that's true.
So ahead of you on the right, so just on your right, somebody like a private home, and then just beyond that is a small chapel.
Oh, this is the chapel.
It's a square building with a pointed roof of painted tiles, and it's built on top of a circle of wooden columns. So the entire thing's open on all sides.
Interesting.
The columns are carved with beautiful reliefs of birds. So beyond that, in the interior, there is a stone. The floor is stone, and it's covered with dried flowers, copper coins, bundles of crops, and animal bones.
So, all right, that's cool. So this chapel is essentially like just an open gazebo, but it's dedicated to. What are those the representations of? Flow? I thought flow was water. Is flow air with the birds and all and whatnot? Or whale, maybe, I guess would be. I don't know. I'd have to make a lore check. Yeah. See if I know anything about those gods.
Oh, nice.
Even with my damage, I know a little bit today. I can recall a bit.
So let's see. So I should tell you a little bit about the gods that you do know about, I suppose. So Worm. So according to legend, the god Worm allowed the god Raven, to carry him during a great journey.
Yeah. And Worm is like in the sense of dragon here, right?
No, it's like
that kind of worm.
No, it's represented by almost like an infinity symbol, but a worm.
Oh,
in a like a snake consuming its eating its own tail, biting its own tail.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the worm is mainly concerned with the interment and care of the dead, to ensure the passover to the afterlife or whatever. Whereas the raven is another divine being, and there was supposedly carried Worm to the Ravenlands, to the forbidden lands.
Right.
The symbol of for the raven is like a double-headed arrow.
Okay.
So you know from your interactions that the raven is one of the few gods that's sort of respected and revered by the elves as well. And the raven is also, you know, that the raven has also got some connection to the water goddess Flow.
Okay.
And you've heard of an ancient order of priests or priestesses called the Raven Sisters that revere. They're like priestesses of the raven. And what was the other one? Whale. So let's see. So whale is an air goddess.
Air, yeah.
And
cold,
possibly
winds.
Some stories say that whale is the wife of Raven, the protector god. And Flow is the water goddess.
And the Nightwalker?
The Nightwalker is considered to be the oldest of all gods, an untamable force of nature that shatters harmony and the ordinary.
Oh, great.
So people do not generally worship him, more seek to appease him.
Yeah. Okay.
He's the protector of night, mysteries, and untamed magic.
And so we're seeing like iconography representing all three of those in the. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So just beyond
Head on to the big house.
to your left is there's a broad set of steps that lead up to this large house. So at the base of the hillock or the hill stands an impressive longhouse with beautiful carvings hanging from the lintels of the roof. In the high vaulted windows, you can see mosaics of multicolored glass, and a wide staircase leads up to a twin gate with iron fittings depicting meandering plants. So you can see smoke, wisps of smoke coming from the chimneys on the roofs. But other than that, there's no sign of anybody.
Wouldn't that be odd?
Well, not if she's out working or something.
Well, no, but like, I'm assuming if there's smoke coming out, that somebody's maintaining it. That's not somebody's leaving a fire in their homes unsupervised.
Well, I mean, I don't know that everybody in medieval fantasy settings follow OSHA guidelines.
No, but I'm wondering.
She might have a servant.
Okay, maybe.
She might have a servant, yeah. If she's the head of the town, she might have somebody who's tasked with keeping up her home while she's out doing leadery things. But yeah, I'll go up. I mean, I assume we leave the mule in the cart kind of at the bottom of the steps, and I'll go up and give it a knocky.
So just to point out some other things you can see while you're in that area. So at the centre of the village square, you can see a stone well. So there's a rope and pulley that's mounted on a beautifully carved lintel, and the well's surrounded by a low stone bench. And the bucket for the well sits on one of the benches. Across from that, you can see what is clearly see and hear what is clearly a smithy over here.
Okay.
It's got to be said, they've been very welcoming. That guard's been very welcoming, very trusting, but their security is abysmal.
I don't know.
Well, sure, but I don't know that anybody would find our security less abysmal.
And you know what?
That's very true. But I'm just saying,
it's not like the threat level has been very high. Obviously, this is very old. The stone wall hasn't been added to or maintained.
Yeah, so maybe they don't need.
I have some ideas about the stone wall.
I mean, it's honestly quite possible that as things fell off the stone wall, they used the stone to help make more of the, either make the houses or use them for building stuff, or that as the settlement expanded, they took, they made the wall lower to make it more wide or round.
They've allowed us into centre of town. We're probably just going to stroll up and talk to the leader.
Or they may be protected by something else too.
Well, I'm going to say it could be assassins. We could go and poison the well. Just seems very odd.
We could, but I mean, keep in mind, most settlements, even though they've been in the clear for 3 years, most settlements haven't had to deal with other people for 300 years. Like, nobody knows how to do security anymore. I think.
So you do.
We're lucky that guy was sitting in the tower.
No, maybe.
Yeah. So while you're walking through the town, through the village, you do draw attention. You do draw looks and stares, and most people sort of don't give you a second glance. Every so often you'll come across somebody that perhaps have got small children with them, and they'll steer them to give you a wide berth. Right. But so it's the reception you're getting isn't hostile, kind of mixed to some degree.
Right.
Something else you notice as well, almost not all the buildings, but certainly the homes and the Three Skulls Tavern. Outside each door, there's a small brass bell.
A bell.
Oh, for a guard. If they need a guard, maybe they ring the bell.
No, not that big. Really, really small. Maybe only, if you can see my hand, only about maybe about an inch tall, if that.
Like
And
a doorbell?
No, it doesn't seem. Possibly. It doesn't look like it make a loud noise. Just kind of more of a tinkle.
Be magic.
Is it?
I mean, you can
Is
certainly
that
try
true
one
of
if you want.
the leader's home as well?
Yep, the
Polymer?
bells are identical on every home.
Interesting.
The
Is it? Can I reach it?
Yeah.
I am going to, do what I do. I'm going to reach up and touch it and see if I sense any magic.
No.
Okay.
Oh, I also was thinking about something, but I guess not.
The interaction with Oswin, that the guard.
Yeah.
Could we? Would we be able to tell? Has he seen elves before and halflings?
Oh yeah, I mean it's not like we're hiding our ears and
no. I mean we can't hide the fact that
right.
Me and my friend are like 3 foot nothing or however tall we are. With like the ugliest children ever.
It didn't comment on it.
The ugliest children ever. Jesus.
I'm like a 61-year-old little child.
I think hobbits are quite comely. I don't think either of you look terrible. Well, okay.
So
Naeem is better looking than Oscar. I'll give you that.
He just has a better icon. Up close, it's not the same at all.
We would think that he's encountered elves and halflings before.
Doesn't seem terribly weirded out.
Yeah, he wasn't like, oh my god, an elf.
He didn't comment or anything like that.
Right.
But like I say, you've had mixed responses from people. Nobody's been openly hostile, but some people clearly regard you with maybe a bit of suspicion, maybe a bit of like wonder. And...
Do you think they think that we're skinny dwarves that shaved our beards?
That's what I'm just thinking. They don't think we're like dwarves in disguise. Shaved off his beards.
Quick shave it all off.
So yeah, anyway, you stood at the outside the door to this what's essentially a small mansion, I guess.
All right, so yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Okay. Right, you after you wait a few moments, and the door eventually you hear his footsteps, and the door is opened by a human woman, quite sort of comely looking. She's maybe in her late 20s to early 30s, and she almost steps back a bit, looks a bit startled, as she catches sight of you all, and then she sort of half closes the door and says, "Who are you? What do you want?"
I'm terribly sorry to bother you. We're from a settlement north of here. It's just been released from the mists, and we heard from the guardsman at the gate that this is where the leader of the town lives, a Miss Polymer.
Mrs. Polymer, yes.
Is she around?
She glances over her shoulder, looking a little bit nervous. Yes.
Well, we were wondering if we might speak to her. Before coming here, we found a ruined tower not far from here and found someone whose tracks led here. Unfortunately, they had passed, and we were wondering if they might be a townsperson that might need to be interred appropriately according to your traditions.
Oh.
We were wondering if you or if she or anyone who might know the people of the town might come and see.
Right, she just one moment, and she closed the door.
Wait, we have to bring them back to town. The whole body and everything.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm just trying to build some goodwill with this town we've discovered. Master Seneca is not terribly concerned with how many we return. I'll discuss it with you later.
Right, so suddenly the door almost just flies open. Just worse. What is this? What's all this talk now? Who are you?
Lady
This elderly
Palmore?
woman leaning on this cane, this polished cane. Yes, I'm Mrs. Palmore, and who are you?
I'm Siren. I'm from a town to the north of here.
Outsiders, are you?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't take kindly to outsiders, especially ones who turn up at my door without an appointment.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't know the ways of your town.
Clearly you don't.
Is there anything we can do to make amends?
Make an appointment.
What is it you want?
An appointment.
We found someone not even a day's travel from here in a ruin. Tracks led to and from this settlement. Wanted to be sure that they weren't one of yours. Passed, unfortunately.
And what do you expect me to do?
Is there someone in town who might know, who might be able to identify this person so that they may be interred according to your settlement's preferences? It's not like our settlement to leave people in the wilds unattended.
This body, where is it?
We have him in the cart down below.
The magic mule.
Right, she just pushes past you and goes clicking down the steps with a cane.
How old
So
is
she's
this
not
woman?
infirm.
She looks pretty old. She looks pretty old. You would say about it's late 60s at least, maybe 70 odd.
So seeing that she appears very old to me, I'm going, even though we're probably close in age, I'm going to follow her and make sure that I'm nearby in case she stumbles on the steps.
Right.
Yeah, I'm following curiously, like in awe. Like this is like bizarre behavior, strange people, very large.
So
I'm more curious than anything else.
She like waves a stick at Lo and Oscar. Get these children out of the way. Get them out.
Where are the children? I love to play with children. Where are these children of which you speak?
Right, she just taps you quite brusquely on the top of the head. Get out of the way, child! Get out of the
way! I'm looking at everybody else.
I just shrug my shoulders at you, like I don't know what to say.
I know, it's like
I'll say nothing and just get out of the way.
She's muttering. It's not one thing. Bloody elves! Bringing children.
I hope she doesn't think our mule is a donkey.
Right, she goes over to the cart and sort of peers in, and then turns around and starts going back up. She said, "Never seen before."
Ah.
Oh, very well then. Do you have a potter's field or someplace we might leave him?
She stops. She says, "I'm sorry. You can't just leave dead bodies around the town. Just take it out. Take it out."
Chuck it in. Well.
Yep. She's right. She's right. We will take it out. Yes.
Sorry to have bothered you.
What does your town? What's the disposition of your town with regards to bear pelts and bear-made products?
What is the child talking about? What are you talking about, child? I will speak to the elders. I won't speak to it. I won't be spoken like that to from a child.
This is a full-grown halfling.
Halfling? Oh, really? I have heard of
How do you do?
Right, she kind of looks down her nose at you. Yes, Halflings, yes. Right. Well,
Do
that's
you
something
not have
new.
any of our kind around here?
No, I don't believe. No, I recall. No.
No
Never seen. Heard
elves
of
or
them.
half elves?
Heard of
No
them. Never seen
halflings?
them.
Very well.
You've now seen
understandable.
2 of them.
Elves. We've seen elves.
Oh, have you? Well, my brother and I are not full elves.
No.
If that matters.
Well, maybe there's something in your favour then.
Don't
like
judge
elves
us all
either.
by don't judge us all by what you've seen before.
Well, I'm afraid that is all the information I have to go on. What I've seen and experienced before, young man. And my experience of elves
How
is
old
not a
is
favourable
Theron?
one. Sorry.
How old is Theron?
I am a year older than you, younger than you.
I think you're a year
Oh,
older.
you're like 55.
You're older.
Okay.
If I'm 55, yeah.
I was just wondering if you were older than that and then like older than her, which would be hilarious.
I'm not far off her age. I'm 61.
Are you?
I had enough of elves coming and poking their noses in when the blood mist was still here.
Elves traveled here when the blood mist was here?
Of course. Do you know nothing? You've not got elven blood in you. Did your father tell your mother or father not tell you anything?
No, our father is largely out of touch with the world in a winery back in our
Well,
hometown.
that is the first truthful thing you have said all day. They are indeed out of touch. Is there anything else?
Do you have any place of learning where we can read up on what we've missed?
Place of learning?
Yeah,
Library.
Something that would help us.
No, maybe the cleric, maybe the priest who might be to impart some history.
That's not this temple what we come past, is it? It was like an open temple,
Yes, that's
wasn't
the
it?
chapel. Yes.
Oh, he does reside there.
No.
He
He's
doesn't.
the innkeeper of Dead Man's Hand. A fine establishment.
Very well.
Not like that reprobate at Three Skulls.
A reprobate, you say? Why is he a reprobate?
He's a drain on this settlement's resources. Doesn't contribute at all. Seeking to bring in outsiders like yourselves. It's only a matter of time before we will be plagued with raiders and worse.
Oh, such a shame.
Interesting that you mentioned raiders. We're here largely because we've been following or trying to find a group of raiders that waylaid a stranger that came into our town a few weeks back, who said they had come from this place, the Hollows.
And?
Are you missing anyone? Had anyone gone north recently, within weeks?
We've had an influx. We've had quite an influx of new people since the mists left. Since the mists
I was under the
dissipated.
impression that they were from here.
It was an elf, wasn't it?
No.
The guy that... I'm sure he said he was an elf.
No.
No.
So it's people have left. New people have arrived. Some people were allowed to settle.
Have you heard rumors of any raiders in the area? Is there any place that you might point us to? Perhaps we could help you as much as investigate the issue for our own village.
You should perhaps speak with the gamekeeper. He ranges much further afield than anyone else. Here,
Very well.
Here in the Hollows.
Well, we may be in town some days, if that's all right. We'll pay for a lodging. if you have need of anything, we are open to work.
Well, maybe you will prove yourselves useful.
Would not want to be seen as a non-contributing layabout like the master of the skulls.
Right, she lowers, just calms her tone a little bit. Says, perhaps, and might I suggest you go and you visit Olm at the Dead Man's Hand. He's an enterprising chap and opened up an inn where you might where you can take rooms.
Thank you for your time.
She nods and she pauses and it seems about as if she's going to say something else, and then and she just heads back up the steps.
What a lovely lady.
Once we're able to convince her that we're not children. Wait.
I'm definitely not.
I think we'll outlast that woman.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Oh,
so yeah, what do you think, everyone? Over to the Dead Man's Hand.
Three skulls.
I would be interested in checking out the Three Skulls for sure, but I think we need to seek lodging and
I think
information and work first.
I think if we get some lodging sorted first off, then
and lose a dead body.
Yeah,
no, we're going to keep it, aren't we? Are we even going to go back to our own place? I can't see that happening.
It's a really good question.
Is it started smelling yet?
Could bury it side and then
it's not a graveyard here, and we could ask if we could bury it here.
I just asked her if they had a potter's field for unknown people, and it looks like they do outside of town. I'm just guessing by that tree. But yeah, I mean, I'll figure out something to do with it.
We've got plenty of time for something to do with the body, but I think get some lodgings and let's get in the let's go in the drinking hole.
Just keep it on wagon for time.
Do we try and talk to the gamekeeper first to trade the pelts, possibly? Because I don't know about you guys. I don't know that I can afford staying at the inn.
I think you're richer than what you actually think.
Yeah,
I think we're all right for money.
You got 3 silver, did you not? Or was it 1 silver?
Me, I have 1.
Oh, so it's 10 copper pieces in a silver, isn't there?
There is, yeah.
I've got 3 silver. I mean,
I've got 8, so I mean, I could probably pay for.
Oh my God, you're a millionaire. But it depends what they charge, and
right,
it'll be different settlement.
Well, I mean, we can try and secure lodging first. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I've got 5 silver, so we've got plenty between us. It's not going to cost as much, is it?
Lodging.
Who knows?
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we can work for our stay.
I'll add some name tags to the map at some point, so you know the names of the places that you've visited
or found out about. Sure.
Yeah. So you are stood outside another large 2-story half timber building. Smoke coming out, puthering out of 3 chimneys on the steep thatched roof. And where the window shutters are open, you can smell of grilled boar drifts out.
Oh, yum yum yum!
Not as good as bear.
So a sign above the door lets you know that you have reached the Dead Man's Hand Inn. So it's a big set of double doors that open up into a large common room.
Guess we can. Is there a place for us to lash up the donkey outside? The mule?
You could probably tie it up somewhere. Yeah.
Is there a stables? No.
I don't know if a stable is going to take our mule and our cart full of dead body.
Watch over our dead body, good man.
Here's a copper.
No sniffing it.
Shall we go in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So you go in, like I say, it's quite a big, wide, open, common room. There's a couple of doors at the back at both ends, and there's a long bar behind which is stood quite a tubby guy with a balding head, and he's got a white apron on, and he's cleaning a couple of mugs and wiping the tabletop down. Says, welcome, come in. Welcome to the Dead Man's Hand. What can I do for you? Are you here for rooms? I've got plenty. I've got rooms. Take them if you want a room, though. You better take them while they're available. Go in fast.
Are you Olm?
I am indeed.
I'm looking around. Does it look like it's busy at all in here?
There's a couple of people, but no, I wouldn't say it's busy.
It's mid-morning, though. That makes sense.
How much do you charge for your rooms?
For room, what kind of room are you looking for? I've got 3 double rooms in the west wing, and I've got a dormitory.
One with a bed.
Room for 6.
What price are we talking for either of those rooms?
Oh, so a bed in the dormitory is 2 copper coins. A room, if you want a bed in the room, that's 5 copper coins per person. So 10 coins if you got two people in the double room.
Is that per week?
That's per night, sir.
Whoa. Well,
We'll take, how much for the dormitory?
2 copper. 2
Person.
copper for a bed in the dormitory.
But that's shared with other people, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is there
six beds in there.
Is there anyone else staying?
Well, I'm expecting some new arrivals anytime. So, like I say, if you're wanting rooms, best to snap them up while they're available.
Okay. Can't we just have all the beds in the dormitory?
Well, that's what I was thinking of, just snapping dormitory up.
but that's outrageous pricing.
It's 2 copper. We're rich.
We can't afford that.
I assure you, young man, that my prices are very compatible.
Is this where I try and haggle?
It's not the pricing that's competitive or not.
Does that price include an evening meal?
Oh,
Board.
No.
Yeah.
Surely you could see your way to include it in an evening meal. Let's say if we were going to stay here a few days, as like a gesture of goodwill to new travellers to your town. And can I try and haggle him down on the price, or get a deal?
So what are we looking at? So you got rank 1 in it, haven't you? Rank 1, when you're about to buy an item, you can spend a willpower point to automatically negotiate the price down. The price is decreased by 1/5 for every willpower point you spend. You can spend a maximum of 4.
Right, so I'll spend both willpower points. That would take it down by, did you say 10% willpower?
Yeah.
No,
Down by
1/5.
1/5 for every
20%.
No, yeah, so 1 willpower would be 20% off, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So God, what's that? So 2 copper.
So I'll just do 1 willpower. I'll not go silly.
Okay.
Well, we're looking at...
I've got to roll though, haven't I? I've still got to roll this.
Oh, you're spending willpower. It's automatic.
All right.
But we could have... It'd cost us 12 copper to hire out the dorm, but you could not...
For a night.
Per night, but you could knock 3 off that, so you could go down to like 9 copper per night for a whole dorm.
Yeah. But would the dorm have it wouldn't have a key or a lock, would it? It would.
Surely.
I wouldn't have thought so, not with it being a dorm, because you'd have...
Not a dormitory, yeah.
Yeah, but better off having
if we look at it, guys, we really only need 1 double room. Because we're halflings. These beds are huge, I'm sure. And plus, one of us is guarding. The other one is
two of
sleeping.
you are halflings.
Yeah, three.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're
Well, let's do.
Theron and I are half elves. We are full-sized people.
Yeah,
five copper for a double, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you do 2 double rooms, that's 10 copper. If I use a will power, that would be 8 copper. 8 copper. Do that then. Or can I spend another another willpower point and even throw some food in, an evening meal?
So you're gonna if you're gonna spend them points.
Yeah, I'll spend both if that's agreeable.
I'm expecting a rather large party, but they haven't been in touch. So I'll tell you what. Yeah, at least for now, yes.
You know what? I heard there were bandits on the road. Not sure if the party is going to make it. Where are they coming from?
Bandits? Oh, no.
Yes. You haven't heard?
No, I've not heard about any bandits, no.
And shall we book for 2 nights in advance?
Yeah.
Well, we've got it at
Do we know what we're... why are we staying here 2 nights in the end?
Presume there's quite a few people to see and talk to. I don't know.
We may get some work.
Okay.
Do we go 2?
Go 2 nights.
So 10. So it's going
to be. So how much is that? Because I think I'm the most silver, so I'll take it out of mine, so everybody else can maintain their wealth.
16 copper.
16 copper. So that's going to be minus 2 silver, and I'll have 4 copper.
4 copper.
Change. 2, 3, 4. Done. We are paid for 2 nights.
Right, he takes your money, hands you the change, and then pulls out a ledger from behind the counter. So if you just want to sign your names here.
Absolutely, I love signing my name, and I'd like to read the other names that are on there and take note of them.
There are none.
It's a new business, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, 3 years. They've been clear 3 years. So.
Oh, but I thought the woman said it was a new inn. Did she not? I thought.
Did she?
Yeah.
That could be.
Opened a new inn. Oh.
So while they're signing and settling up, I just banter with the owner. It's like you were told you're the priest of the chapel as well. Is that correct?
Oh yes. I attend to services at the chapel. Once a month on holy days, I conduct the ceremony to honor the gods.
But just one of the gods?
Oh no, we honor all 3 gods.
There's only one holy day per god per month. Is that what you were saying?
We honor all 3. We have one holy day per month, and we honor the gods Whale, Flow, and Nightwalker on that day. The villagers pray for bountiful harvests and uncomplicated births, and we honor our dead.
Honoring your dead is very important.
Indeed it is, sir.
We found someone who may be from this town, not a day's travel from here.
Found?
Unfortunately, they had passed.
Oh.
And where we're from...
It makes some passes.
Maybe they were from the party you were expecting.
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not as well, but there were tracks from where he was found heading back to this... I'm sorry, the Hollows. Is it called correctly?
Yes. It is.
So, I don't know if any of your people are missing. Miss Polymore did not identify them, so...
Well,
we're not quite sure what to do with the body at this point.
You have a body?
Yes, would you like to wait?
Unfortunately, yes, outside in our cart.
Well...
We didn't want to leave them in the wilderness.
I'm a little unsure about... can't really leave that outside, you know. I'm gonna,
Agreed.
It's not, not exactly going to encourage guests.
What do your folk do with bodies? Do you inter them? In our village, we cremate.
Cremate? What's that?
We burn them.
Burn the dead?
We had, unfortunately, a problem with some of them coming back.
Oh, right. But surely it's I'm not one to question other people's customs. Do we our dead are interred in the new cemetery beyond the north wall?
What of the cemetery inside the walls?
Oh, that's the old cemetery. It's very old. It's kind of nobody goes there.
Is it dangerous?
I wouldn't say so. So long as you respect the dead.
Hmm.
Well, I guess I'll have to go outside of town and find a place to inter them.
Your establishment it's new, isn't it?
Oh, fairly new.
This business. How do you get on with the proprietor of the was it the Three Skulls?
Three Skulls.
Oh, Yawim. Wait,
How's he?
Not too bad.
Like he doesn't see you as he will see you as competition, though, won't he?
Well, I suppose. I mean, you know, I cater to a different market. Yawim doesn't provide rooms.
Oh right, he's just a beer house or whatever.
Oh yes, and he's sort of and lowers his voice. Very good beer as well.
But what about the wine?
Wine? Oh, I do sell a wine or two. It's not too bad. You can't certainly something you can't get over at the Three Skulls.
Just looking at some of the pricing examples, lodging is really cheap, but then you look at food and that's what's expensive.
Yeah. So the prices that's listed in the book are the prices that you get charged here.
We're gonna have to go out and do hunting.
Yeah, bowl of stew. I did say an evening meal, didn't I, for that other thing? So it covers the daily need of food.
Yeah.
A hearty meal covers the daily need of food and water. That's 1 silver.
Yeah.
Feast,
so
1 gold.
We've just been released from the mist. Is there work in town?
Oh,
you know of?
I'm sure you could find some work. Yes, there's
trying to make our way. You understand?
Always looking for contributions to the community. There's always jobs to be done. Manning the watchtowers, cleaning the latrines, working in the fields.
Yeah, not really what we had in mind.
Oh.
We're more go-getters. We're more out there and practical.
I'm not sure what you mean.
We don't put his hands in shit.
Oh, I see.
Well, speaking as an apprentice, I have, but not all the rest of you are apprenticed to a mad sorcerer. So, is there anything in particular the town needs? You're the town priest. I'm sure you would have some idea.
Well, Yarwin might have work.
Yarwin is the game master.
Yarwin is the brewmaster of the Three Skulls.
Oh, the brewmaster, right?
he might might be able to employ you for in some work. It might be manual labour, but then there's a gamekeeper, perhaps the smithy. You just have to ask around. There's always, like I say, it mainly be contributing to the community, really. So it might be, according to your friend, it might be a bit beneath your station.
Oh, I have no concerns along those lines.
You're not worried what's beneath his station. You'll put him to work doing anything.
Oh, I was speaking purely for myself. I'm not that kind of person. Very well. Well, I guess we shall take our things up to our rooms and then go about town and see what's available.
Okay.
Not that I really have anything to drop off, but...
Can I get you gentlemen, anything to eat?
I believe later on for dinner, no?
Not myself right now, unfortunately, but perhaps later.
That bowl of soup for his evening meal. Really
So, well, I can... tonight, I'll be cooking up some wild boar and mutton. I've got a few game birds. Be grilling on the fire this evening. And we usually serve that up with some fresh turnips and carrots. Of course, if that's if you're a little down on your luck and that's a bit beyond your pocket, I can always do a stew, a turnip and bacon rind stew.
I'm
wow.
I'm just hearing about it, but unfortunately, I've taken to other business.
Idea what that is?
It's food. You're a halfling. You probably want it, right?
Yeah. I mean, the smell of the pork cooking was like torture for us, probably.
So the first thing I'm going to do... Oh, I do ask him, you wouldn't have a spade I could borrow, would you?
Spade? I have them in spades.
I might have one out back. Yes, I suppose so.
I will bring it back today. I just, as I said, I need to take care of this unfortunate fellow.
Oh, the body. Yes, very good. Yes, of course.
I'll make sure to take it some ways from town, so as not to interfere with your own folk.
When we entered the town, we were greeted by the guard Oswin.
Oh, yes.
He, I was quite about. Is there any trading post? And he said that there wasn't. Might you be in the know for somebody that might be interested in something like this? And I will have a rummage in my backpack and produce my magnifying glass. Do you think, would anybody in the settlement, would anybody have use of this?
I'm not sure.
My magic eye.
It's a little unusual.
I reckon I pinched it off Seneca. Borrowed it from his study.
Is this your spyglass?
Yeah, not my spyglass. I've got a magnifying glass.
It has a magnifying. Well, I'm sure you could find somebody interested. I can't think of anybody. Nobody comes to mind at the moment. Perhaps.
How about yourself?
Well, perhaps it might be. It might be. I do. My eyes are troubling me a little bit. The text.
You're a man of learning.
Indeed.
Yes,
Indeed. How much would you be wanting for this item? Can I? It'll reach out to.
It is quite an uncommon item. It is quite valuable. So I mean, what would you be thinking? I mean, I'd be wanting. We'd be talking gold, obviously.
Gold.
Oh yeah, gold. I know it has value. probably say 4 gold.
Oh,
Is he out attack?
Careful, he might use willpower.
I can't because I've spent it all.
You can make a manipulation roll.
It's just straight manipulation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it opposed or is it just among my successes?
I would say, yeah, probably opposed because he's probably going to be haggling a bit at that price. Let's see, where are we?
Can't I see manipulation? Have I gone stupid? Manipulation is there, Jonathan.
It is in empathy.
7 in it. My cat's banging to go outside. Banging door downstairs. Let me out, you bastard. Right, 7 dice should be rolled.
Wow.
Nothing, anything. I haven't seen it at my side.
Oh, nice. You got 3.
Oh, wow. You got 3 successes. He got none.
Yeah.
This is
4 gold is a good price.
That seems very reasonable. How about, I don't really have that kind of money though. How about if I
You got
you...
half. Have you got 2 gold, and maybe if we set up a slate for the rest?
How about if I give you a blank slate for while you're here?
Could you part with at least 1 gold? The rest on the slate.
Dude, a blank slate while we're here for food and lodging? You should take it.
No, how? We're not going to be here for years.
Says who?
Gold. We don't have the money.
I would need at least 1 gold piece, and then the rest on the slate. That would be fine.
How about a gold piece and a week's lodging?
Food.
We don't need a week's lodging.
That's too
all of us.
We don't. No, I'd prefer the slate. A gold. Definitely,
agreed.
yeah. A gold and a slate. I did get 3 successes.
Maybe we just let him use it then for the period while we are here, and then we take it back when we leave if he wants to trade for a blank slate.
Oh yeah. If
this thing can make him money while we're here, then I'm happy.
It says very well. 2 gold, and you can have a refund on the room.
So that's what's that? I'm getting 3 gold, 6 silver. Is that right?
Yeah, but you're not. I mean, refund on the room for 2 days we paid, so it's 3 gold and less than 2 silver. It's 2 gold and 2 silver. Sorry, less than that.
Oh, hold on, I'm confused. You'd give me 2. You give me 2 gold.
He rolled high, really.
You would give me 2 gold and then refund me on what we've paid for
your room, not everybody's.
My room.
Yes, your room.
I wanted 4 gold, so that don't make any sense.
You said 2. You said you'd take 2 a moment ago.
Gold.
You're only getting like 2 copper back for your room.
No, I wanted the thing. I wanted 4 gold. I wanted a gold down payment in cash, 1 gold, and the other 3 gold was to go on the slate. Yeah?
Very well, very well.
I know the true value of the magnifying glass is 3 gold, so I know I've made on it. So yeah, just a gold and then the rest on the slate.
Very well.
That's probably good.
That sounds reasonable. You drive a hard bargain, sir, but very well.
And I will now go and let my cat out before it shits in the room.
So, what's the so what are you planning to do now?
Well, I need to take the body outside of town and put it somewhere.
Yeah, I'd go help you with that.
No, there's only one shovel. You might as well look around in town.
Oh, no. I mean, you might exhaust yourself too, and I'd rather share in the burden of the work. And, you have to drag the body. There's no way for you to move a body in a dignified way alone.
I'm taking the mule and cart.
Oh, no, I understand that. So what are you going to do? You're going to pull it off the cart, boom, and have it drag it? I mean...
Well, once I've got a hole dug, it shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Contrary to what I said, though, I'm not going far outside of town because I want to remember where this body is. So,
I might find a pile of rocks and put them underneath.
A little secluded place, maybe amongst these bushes or greenery here, outside of the wall where there's no tower.
Okay.
Yeah. And maybe shallow hole, a little bit of a cairn, maybe some greenery tossed over the top.
Fair enough. Okay.
So I know where the body is.
Yes.
In case I need it, for things.
It might be slightly deteriorated by the time you reclaim it.
Even if it's down to skeletal, that's fine. Yeah. If I get to the point where I can use it.
And
might not be too far away.
So you two are going to go and do that. And what about Theron?
Theron should probably take the skins and take them to the gamekeeper and sell them.
Take the skins to the gamekeeper to try and sell.
4 pelts.
Okay.
Yeah, see if we can rustle up some money there.
Right.
Yeah, try to get silver, but if you can't get silver, something useful like
I'll see if I can get
bow and some arrows, maybe.
Yeah,
or
craft anything with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so while while Lo and Siren head outside, you cross over the market. No, not the market. The village square or centre village to the gamekeeper's hut, which give directions to. So there's in front of a small cabin that borders on the old cemetery are racks stretched with skins and hides. Next to the racks is a massive wooden table covered with bloodstains and scraps of meat. On the table are knives and other tools for slaughter, and a cloud of flies buzzes around a bucket of innards that spills onto the floor. Close to the cabin is a roofed hanging rack where some freshly slaughtered game hangs waiting to be tenderized.
Nice. I'll walk in and have a look around and see if we can get his attention.
Okay, so there's nobody around at first, but then the door to the cabin opens and this huge, bull of a man, comes out. Got big, really big arms, hair all up, just covering most of his upper part of his body, and wearing this filthy looking leather apron. He's like, yeah, what do you want?
Just the man. I'm interested if you're interested in buying these pelts.
Says it takes them from you and starts looking them over. Says, so how much you wanting?
Well, what are they worth?
What are they worth? Well, they may be worth more to you than they are to me.
I'm sure you can give us a good price.
I will, as soon as I find it in the book. So
they're not called pelts. Is it furs? Are they called? Oh no, it is pelts. 8 copper.
So I'll give you 6 copper a pelt. They're a bit tatty. They can see only points, some holes.
Yeah, I get that.
Copper, that's not bad.
Yeah. What Don't suppose you've got anything you'd be willing to trade for them?
Well, what kind of thing you're looking for?
Any useful tools or anything that we could?
I do a little bit of trading tools and or hunting equipment.
Yeah, what hunting equipment you got?
I got some animal traps. What you're looking for? What you're looking to catch?
Anything from a deer upwards.
Yeah, I can certainly sort you some traps out.
How much for your traps then?
That's a good question. Another good question. Let's see. So, bear trap. I'll give you a bear trap for every pelt.
Okay, I'll take. What
Bear
about
traps. We know. Well, I'm not there, but we would know how to trap bears.
Oh, we would once it's in there.
That's our specialty.
What about bow and arrow?
A bow. Perhaps arrows. You're better off going and seeing the smith.
Okay. Well, okay then. What about 2 bear traps for 2 pelts and a bow for a pelt?
Bow.
And then 6 copper.
As I thumb through the.
Haggling.
Says no. I'll give you a bow for all the pelts.
A bow for all the pelts?
Yeah.
No. How good are your bows?
Magic one.
I'd prefer the bear traps.
Well, bear traps it is then.
Yeah, okay, then we'll take it. I'll take 2 bear traps and.
Last time I had to buy a bow from bought a bow from a trader that passed through. It was cost me 6 silver for a bow, and that was just for this short bow here.
I would personally take the bow, but I'm not there.
But you give me those pelts, and you can have my old bow.
Is it a short bow?
It is.
Okay. I'll do you the deal. How's about you chucking a bear trap as well?
No. Absolutely not.
Denied.
Denied? Not at all. What? Come on.
He'll give him a bear paw from the first bow.
Right, he just like waves you and says, "Well, if you change your mind, you know what I am."
Okay, I'll take the bow.
Fucking kill him.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thumbing my axe.
So right, he takes the pelt and goes and takes me inside, and then he emerges a few minutes later with a bow. It looks a little bit battered and worn, but yeah, it's serviceable.
Check to see if it has my name on it.
Yeah, I obviously test the string and on it and everything else, and
yeah, it seems okay. It seems okay. It looks old, but it's as good. It's not worn. It's not worn at all. So
no. Okay. Yeah. How much would you sell me a bear trap for then?
Go look that up again now. That would be.
Better be less than 6 copper, or are you ripping me off here?
Oh crap! I looked them up wrong. No. I can do you a snare. A bear trap's a lot more expensive than I thought it was.
Damn it! Really good. I should have had
Yeah,
fun.
now that the deal's done.
Yeah.
You're doing quite well with the bow, really.
No, that's okay. We're fine.
Yeah, have a look. Oh, I saw that wrong. It's the fact that bear traps are 5 silver apiece.
Ooh,
Oh wow!
damn it!
You're
Yeah,
staying
never
in the
listen to
town
Brian.
a while. I
Yeah.
need to start making some bows.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll take the bow. Thanks for your time.
Okay, so meanwhile, Lo and Siren, you head outside. The gates on the on the east side of the hollows are wide open, so and nobody really pays you much attention. So this field area is where there's a few sort of a few cows and horses grazing in this fenced off field, but other than that, there's nobody around to see you disposing of this body.
Fair enough.
So maybe takes you about half an hour or so to get rid of it. Right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be leaving that for tonight, so we'll be back next Monday to pick this up again. So hopefully see you then. Thanks for watching.